carries always have that one item that they need before a beak. MKB. It's gonna be 6th item.
A prize.
Oh, he's going Alpha Wolf. Bit of additional damage there. He had maybe running around. Mugi will be forced to TP with the Rage. Shoved the wave all the way down, but maybe, you know, already prepared and ready for them while mid lane. We'll see. Jump Cask is there. FY, though, starting a fight over here while Faith is dying over there. Newbie now without Witch Doctor. Earth Spirit respawning in 10 seconds time. Full control here. 10,000 net worth lead for LGD. This is a different team to what we saw against Team Secret.
Like they got to fix the decision making is on point. This game maybe tanking gangs were not on point, but other than that, the movement from Chen early on and the items that they build were actually paying off.
Their hangovers after Chinese New Year, they've dissipated now, so LGD, they're crisp and clear with all their movement. Ready to go in. Aghanims for Puck. How much does this change? Oh, with the BKBs of LGD being so important.
Yeah, this is the item, the only one they have soon that could change things a lot. Something that goes through a BKB, they need to take a good fight right now.
There you go. 3-man in. Sand King, the BKB from this Gyro. Snap still with the coil. Force Snap down to TP out. They'll lose their 2 port heroes, I guess. The Sand King and the Rubik. Port drops.
If you snap a coil and your BKB is 5 seconds, it's almost the full duration of the BKB is gone.
Just be happy the damage doesn't go through BKB. Deary me, that roll. Hyperstone up. Very, very quickly picked back. Fortunately rolled into the wrong neighborhood. Tranquil boots for Faith. That full Spirit Vessel though. Faith okay. Likely. The line's being drawn there. Kaka seems a little bit unhappy with the way things are going.
Yeah, I don't know what does that even mean. Like, each side.
They're everywhere. We can't stop them.
Interesting.
And they've even got double of. They're. Double observable strat. They're both pretty much at this exactly. Yeah, they're exactly the same.
Definitely.
We've warded here. Let's go play into our vision, guys. Jump onto Arme. That's that BKB. Damage stolen, though, by SCC. The turn and fight. Disarm, though. Arme now wears off, but he's being right-clicked down. SCC has this damage going. The Shadow Blade there. They've got some reveal, and the troll will fall at long last, but maybe comes in. Black Cannon out. Down goes X-Nova, so LGD being picked apart. Witch Doctor, the only one to drop from Newbie's side, as maybe with a BKB TP could very easily just escape from all of this nonsense.
He's gonna need to use it.
Waiting so long. There we go. Bait out some more spells, that's why.
And Roche will respawn in 20 seconds. Not the best timing for Newbie.
Regeneration.
But this is exactly what they need to do. Initiate with a puck, since he has Aghanims now, and Razor needs to deal damage from. That's it. Troll was trying to man up. He couldn't even kill the support there, because he had a lot of attack speed, but 0 damage.
Someone needs to force staff this troll away from static links, but he was pretty isolated there. Had to BKB and everything. 30 seconds without Arme, this tier 2 thing to fall. He cancelled. No, Charles. Someone who was in the fountain, FY, cancelled his TP up to the front line and will just walk it in. Tower will die though, as Roshan scouted. Whirlwind is there.
They already started to kill the Roche with the Wild Wing.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Not losing any. Yeah. Homing missile. Karkas stunned with the Burrow Strike as well. Chalice. Oh, that's a lot of damage. By FY, but X-Nova. Lovely little heroes here. Where's the Chen? He's holding a smoke. Surely LGD, they're going to group up and go for some play here. Smoke into smoke action. This is 9 times out of 10 what happens when A game is relatively even. Roshan is about to be brought down. Knows that he's up, so they go for this immediate pickoff into play potential. Razor shows mid lane there with the Shivers and the Plasma Field. Gyro revealed, though.
Also has MKB. This time this will be a dead Razor.
That is Razor down and dead. The cooldown lands, and KP's gone as well. The roll away from Kaka quickly. Retreat the buyback from Razor, though. SPC wants to get into the battle. They'll turn onto X-Nova. There's the raid forward from Moogie, but the force stab, the double, in fact, with the Hand of God. One more hit is potentially all they need. There we go. They take him down, but the epicenter in. Chalice forced away by SCCC's BKB. LGD, they are fighting very nicely in this fight. The Yule's up. They've got a force, a sandstorm, a burrow strike, and a blink, and a dream for Chalice on the high ground. He's safe. He's got himself away, being burnt down by the Raiders there, but the troll comes in. Disarmed up now, but the life stealer, no chance in hell. Will turn and fight, but the match is coming through the Death Ward. Faith, he does the job. Somehow, this high ground witch doctor looks down on the peasants and says, "This is my game and my map. Stand down." Woo.
2 buybacks on side of Newbie, one on Puck, one on Razor. They need to take down Roche or force a buyback, even though they don't have the best Roche lineups. The life stealer is dead.
Look at this fight recap. 10,000 experience for both teams. Everything is used multiple times. I'm not even going to look there because I start having sieges trying to make sense of all of this down here. But triple buyback from a Newbie, definitely a big deal to take into account. The 1 buyback there from LGD. Still Roshan. He's wondering what's going on outside, closing all the doors and the windows and trying to hide.
Lifestealer decided to disassemble Solar Crest by Heaven's Halberd, so that the 2 Heaven's Halberd for Troll, that's gonna help a lot.
Sure will, with that BKB down to, what, 7 seconds now. Newbie back towards the pit. Poke their heads in and realize, maybe we don't go in here just yet without the light.
Surprised the SCCC went for 1 eye 10 armor, especially against the Troll and the Gyro.
I guess with the minus armor you get, reasonably good. You're worried you're not doing enough damage. It combos up nicely with the Death Ward as well, you know, give Faith another opportunity like that to just high ground and rain the damage down. 1 lone skeleton. The Recon man scouts out Newbie here. The smoke potentially known by LGD. Did all group up together, moving forward. Dire scan is roll ever so slightly, but Arme has backup. Spread out here. X-Nova wants to try and grab a creep or something. Got 1 troll. That's all the Chen has right now.
They've stolen the gem from Chen, so now Puck has it, which is gonna be easier for them to find Troll.
They do find Troll. Arme in the trees. The burst strike forward with a cooldown in, but Arme's dead without buyback. 1.5 minutes gone. Maybe has to force away because SCCC with 70 stolen damage doing a decent chunk now with LGD losing the grip on this game. 2 gone for a minute, and now that's Roshan for Newbie. That potentially is a high ground push from Newbie, but I feel like
they don't even know what they're gonna do. Roche and Kaka's pinging it out. Looks like they need some rage pings and rage going.
Yeah, looks like it. You know, if Arme has that buyback, time to try and force it, guys. Pressuring tier 3. Newbie have swung this game on the back of that Puck Aghanim scepter, honestly, so very nicely. You were talking about how KP needs to get in on top of these heroes with the initiation alongside Moogie in the past 3 fights. They have done exactly that. GG. First one to lose a tier 3 after being, 10, 11,000 net worth lead ahead at some point in this game. Losing racks now as the next creep wave arrives. Double catapults are here to finish off the job on the range rack.
They should just go for Roche now.
And Newbie just back up.
They still have 20 seconds before Troll spawns, and they can threaten them. Case Rune, they're gonna see them since Mud Golem is there scouting. The angry face.
Push out this mid wave.
They might fake it.
the mud golem is there. Scouting. Will die. Throw the pebbles. Oh, come on. Faith without any mana. Decides it's time to go all the way back home. Spend some of that 2,000 gold he's built up. Stallion, in fact. Not lost, but definitely afraid. All grouping up as 5 towards mid. Keep this lane pushed out as hard as they can, but top needs to be addressed as well. 5 ranged creeps, double catapults, tier 2, maybe not the most strategically important tower in the game. Still a lot of farm to be had top lane for Arme, and he will swing there, but all of this is seen now by Newbie. They likely know that FY is alone or isolated. Jump in. Pull forward. FY backs all the way up. Take down one of the Chen's little creeps, as it was only scouting, only looking for information.
Both teams know if they lose the Roche fight, they will lose the game. And both of the cores have buyback on the side of LGD and on Nyx on Newbie's side. Again, Puck needs to get on top of those BKB carriers. Just use ulti so Razor can suck the damage from one of those, and then they... Razor is going for hard. Maybe he just wants to tank up that die from Troll when he gets focused. The double Tome of Knowledge, he wants to get to level 25.
100 attack speed, maybe. It feels like both ways, though, right? With the Puck needing to get in onto the BKB targets, get the Aghanims in, but also Sand King. You know, both of the offlaners here, incredibly important for both sides to have that scare jump, right? That initiation that is unexpected, and it will be Newbie with smoke forward. Sand King is caught. They'll blink in the Dream Coil. Chalice, Yule's up, sent back. He's safe. Arme now turns. Triple C in trouble, but the Death Ward down. Faith again, making short work of the Troll. Maybe can't do too much as his BKB's worn out. Now disarmed. Have to be sent home, it feels, by the
shaking the ground.
Where is he even? Miles away. I was expecting the continuation of the fight. They will catch KP at the very least. Gem, but they forced the buyback there of the Troll. Newbie.
Puck needs the buyback, but it's going to cool down. This Roche is in hands of LGD. I don't think they can threaten them. It's going to go down so quickly. 3, 2, 1, 1. Alright,
Aegis, cheese. FY, blink, lift up there, stun out, Triple C, Chalice, full snap away, back to safety as well. Burrow strikes down, but the cheese still there. Arme picks it up at X-Nova, brought down by Moogie. Oh, look at that! Moogie, where did your HP go? Still alive, but he's got to run, he's got to hide, he's got no infest, he's got no time. There's the disarm, and Moogie turns the fight with a rage of the infest, the lifesteal. He's going to get the Troll, the Aegis will drop. But now the Burrow strike forward, the rage is back up again, the lift is there from FY, drags him in. But they've got a cape, back out, Moogie will still fall as Arme runs forward. Absolutely dominant now, LGD, they've found their groove and they are starting to move, but Chalice didn't know how to move his feet, and Triple C with a BKB will get just enough distance away, but the homing missile still going in. I think LGD chases one forward with the BKB forward. They will get in onto the Razor, but there's the drain of the damage. Maybe in trouble with the buyback from Moogie. Getting on top of the gyro, the Maledic is there, and maybe will fall.
They catch Troll.
Goodness gracious me.
That's a good game. He has no boots in his inventory.
Shadowblade and the Dream gets away. Incredibly tight game. Buyback from Troll, buyback from Lifestealer. Newbie lose out on that Roshan though. What are we left with? Just the cheese? Is that all? Is that all that's left after the slaughter around the pit?
Yep. They need those double Heaven's Halberd. Doing amazing work. Troll couldn't attack, even though you saw the damage that he was dealing to Nyx. All HP gone.
Like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it took. Deary me. Troll still holding that cheese. S&Y will be his boots for now. That's a very Arme thing. Did this a lot on his Faceless Void as a prime example. Super late game. He'd have Boots of Travel in his backpack, have S&Y as his boots, in inverted commas. Gyro now, going into the Nullifier, 1200 off that. Start to look at the buyback status. tab, though, as Troll and Lifestealer without theirs for 5 and 6 minutes respectively. Puck about 1,400 gold away. Everyone else, well, they've got the timers down, but they're running out of money for this. Razor and Gyro really the two big ones with buybacks available. Next engagement. One rack is all that separates them. Go for it, 20. But we're back down to nothing in the network. Started off at 10,000. 27, 28 minutes into the game, down to 0.
So, who's level 25? Puck, not 25 yet. Gyro, Troll, Lifestealer.
Rubik's getting closer.
Yeah, you saw that sanking stun right here where he missed. That inner clock telling you that the rage is gone, but he's level 25 and has that extra 2 seconds. That's why Chalice missed.
Gyro buys out. No buyback. Full nullifier done. Who's he going to be aiming this one up? I guess either the Halberd, like Lifestealer or Razor, they're both equally good targets, right?
Yeah, whoever gets in range first.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Both of the teams have gem. No vision, only one ward placed. Each side.
The Centaur with your vision. Left on the Karkan, blink with KP. They try to catch FY, but the ulti's there. Immediately Karkan dispatched. Gyro snapped by the coil, but the Razor far forward. Death Ward has been used, and the damage is there on Troll, but the send back beautiful from X-Nova. Full snap down as FY escapes. GD. Disengaged with kill their way. Very nicely.
They have enough to kite around Troll and Gyro. Both the BKBs are down to 5 seconds, but the Chen is problem. When they get disarmed, they get sent back. So they should just try to kill Chen with the Infest Bomb and then focus the other.
I still can't get over how much damage the Death Ward is doing. Free Death Ward, Faith is just focusing it on Troll, and they are absolutely slaughtering it. Well, what do you do up against this as the Troll? You can't blind it with your axes, you know. You can't whirling axes the Death Ward. How do you deal with it? Focus Faith, get the rest of your team to stun him up, I guess is the way to play.
They need sanking the stun. A couple of heroes, 2 heroes before they pop a BKB, then use BKB prematurely so they can't get this on. Then if they get a couple of kills, sanking should be the one controlling in and out.
The way that LGD wants to play it. Roshan, 2.5 minutes until the big man potentially respawns. Up everything. Rubik passes the gem onto the Sand King, so Callus now has that one up. Kaka, the line, trying to break some smokes or something, but he has been spotted. Chalice scouted by the orb, it's up the Centaur with the lift into Burrow Strike. The BKB from Arme very early on there, but Estival seems to get the link in. The Big still going, and Arme being shredded. Duels up, is there no send back? There isn't. Arme drops. Dead for 2 minutes as they lose the Chen as well. LGD moving themselves into a position where it looked like maybe they get a good fight, but Newbie responding.
They have too many tools to kite around Troll. 2 minutes without him, you should just run down the mid lane. Gyro, does he have a buyback?
Yes.
No.
50
He needs 50 gold, he's gonna have it.
You're gonna get it just from the clock picking up. Oh, if he's got time. Newbie with mid lane shoving on range racks. They will just put their effort. Tier 3 bottom lane. S, we'll see. Still stolen. Epicenter channel. Blink in. Stun on 2. This is a good fight. We're maybe moving forward. Lifestealer gone. Razor follows immediately after. And this time it's Newbie that gets baited into a fight that they just can't take. The jump forward from FY. Looking for the zap. He's got a rapid kill and a fade bolt, but it will be maybe. I guess the triple kill out of that. And without their Troll, LGD still hold that high ground.
Every time Sanking gets a good 1 or 2 Burrow Strike, every time they win a fight. Sanking's getting close to level 25. Health Region is good for pubs, but maybe Sandstorm, Slow, and Blind go go in against the Nikes and Razor after their BKB/Rage is down.
Neither of them have an MKB or anything, right?
Nope.
Lifesteal is making Thistle and the Nullifier coming out from Razor. Troll is the only one with an MKB in this game. And both of these LGD cores, they are eyeing up Rapiers right now. Gyro is pretty close to buying one himself.
My
Mango
rewarded.
The extra mana, bottom lane, Faith. All alone here, and FY wants to jump in and try and grab this kill. Throws out the cask as well. Unable. Minus 15-second telekinesis. Pretty damn nifty. Jumped in. Pug maybe there with the Spirit Vessel on it. BKB as they look for tier 3. Trying to get SCC to fly back here, it feels like. Just poking and prodding, saying, hey, if you want to defend your towers, you've got to come back. With a number of heroes, Kaka there, stunned up. Chalice quickly in with a Dream Crawl from KP, holding them though. An Epicenter, Yule's cancelled from Kaka. Oh no, maybe not. Someone else had that one. But they'll still lose the Earth Sprint now as LGD. Breaking down the racks, the Earth Sprint immediately buys back. 10 seconds for the Razor to come into the battle now, but Troll is ready. Back. Maybe side, Death Ward forced very defensively, and they get themselves a melee racks there for their efforts. Kaka trying to catch them on the retreat. BKB not there from Arme, they need to send back. X-Nova forced out away the Troll, and they want to be able to catch. They give away the Chen, as the Yule's onto Rubik on the eastern side. A blink from FY. Self a little bit closer to safety, gonna try and buy him some time, but it looks like they found him regardless.
They did not want to buy back on the cores of side of a newbie. Both Razor and the Lifestealer had buybacks, but they're just keeping it for the next fight. 420 blaze it on Puck right now, so items are gonna stack up in the next couple of minutes. What is that already? Dagon 2. Roche should be up in a minute.
Maybe that dance of death around the but KP with the Lifestealer inside him, the gem is going. Rubik dead, buyback without 30 seconds and back.
He has enough gold to buy a rapier. I wonder what he's gonna sell. Probably a pike. The other items, or he might just keep bait to get it, but he's not gonna have a buyback.
Chalice can try, but he will not succeed. Command rotation in finds the Sand King, but fortunately, Gyrocopter doesn't get caught. Buyback, in fact, Chalice. Get the
cooldown.
Get the cooldown going. I mean, you know, they don't know for sure when Roshan's up, right? So they're probably feeling like, hey, Roshan is technically probable to be alive. Fire Observe Ward out from north to south across this radiant side of the map. But here comes LGD. 7,000 gold saved up on Maybe, still holding that buyback. Newbie equally smoking around the pit. Maybe close enough to pop the smoke. The pings come out and FY sneaking in aggressively, found, killed. Taken out with 100 seconds dead. He does have buyback to come back in and will immediately pop it, but look at Roshan. Newbie have no idea. LGD have slipped right past them. That kill on FY makes them feel so strong, but Roshan is gone. The refresher shard is there with the Aegis skip. Now they jump forward. Newbie catch out Arme. He's disarmed, but healed up by the hand and got the sent back into the fountain. They've kept the Troll alive. Now the Gyro in potential trouble here. The Magnetize is there, but the Troll is not available. They will lose Maybe. Buyback at the ready, but X-Nova forced to force that TP up on the high ground, but the boulder smash from Kaka will be timed to perfection.
He sent Troll back, so it means that they couldn't fight. Aegis is already gone. Cheese, where's Cheese? Cheese Pop, probably.
Already gone, I assume. I can't see it anywhere. They jump in onto Faith. Witch Doctor has been the bane of Arme's existence, and he will lose his life and drop a gem. Floor in that river.
All they have from third Roche is Refresher Shard, and they don't have the best heroes to use it on. It's just a double BKB for Troll. Double on.
Feel particularly potent. I can't think of anyone else. I mean, maybe the Gyro with double flak cannon can pull down.
Oh, this could be a game changer. He has enough gold to buy a full refresher orb on Puck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he wants to save a buyback though. It's gonna come. Look at the gold. Feels so satisfying.
Almost 5,000. Buyback status, what we're looking at. Rubik, Sand King, Earth Spirit. No, no, no. 1,000 gold away from it. Got full Sea, full Abyssal Blade. Ready to fight. Find that 1,000 gold from. Maybe he hopes that in the fight he gets a kill on one of the big targets. Money in his pockets. Gyro. I just put tabs on maybe. With all of this money he saved up, it feels like he needs to just buy the raid. Money is going down. Time he dies. Could be 9-39 up against LGD. This is game 1 of his best of 3.
It feels like this game is an hour and a half, if not more.
This feels like the last game of a best of 5. Both teams like giving it their all, playing well, knowing that any slight mistake is going to upset the balance of the match. Teams definitely looking for that victor over there. Here's with a burst strike in. Moogie's caught. There's maybe with a cooldown, but Moogie sent back. Rubik will be the one to fall as Chalice is left alone. High and dry in the back end. There's the troll bashing away, kills the Witch Doctor, but Arme's alone, takes down 2.
Another BKB
going. He's got a refresh shot. Next Nova sends him back. 3 dead from LGD. 2 supports on each side, but it's the Chalice kill that matters the most, it feels like here, as LGD left with only their troll and gyro. Newbie. Push into high ground here, it feels like.
They have enough gold to buy those rapiers, but they're not buying it.
Top shrine is under attack.
They don't have it for a buyback, that's the thing, if they go for it. I mean, Gyro would have if he sells the hurricane fight. Or just sell boots.
That's the thing with a rapier, it often feels like, you know, you buy it, and even if you have buyback, you've given a rapier to the enemy team, and the buyback isn't as useful. Having that rapier there could potentially be enough in that fight, but it's like Troll has switched his mind around. Mid lane, just out the way. Gyro will come in and try and clear that one out, but Newbie couldn't go high ground thanks to top wave pushing in and bot lane. Rest this problem down here. Sell his medallion. Bigger. Saving up for buyback for now, but as you were talking about, pressure orb on KP, the double Ags green coil.
Plus 2 gems in the gem, probably gonna spirit. Maybe they give one to Witch Doctor. They have a vision off the troll. That's full Bloodthorn on. They have a buyback. No, he needs 400 gold.
44. Precise. 445, never mind. Newbie. Try and take down that last shrine. Holding on to both of those.
Come on, Gyro, buy the 3. It is time.
Yeah, definitely.
He
Feels
bought
like
Boots of Travel.
Well, has the buyback. But now they've got that Bloodthorn plus Nullifier combo on side. If they're able
Radiant's
again.
top shrine is under attack.
Chalice to get these big burrow strikes forward.
Oh, they're trying to
Radiant's top
find
shrine
Kaka.
has
It's
fallen.
gonna be hard since he has a gem.
Why with Blink, Fourth Lift, Fuels. Kaka is just very, very wise movement here from the Earth.
I'll take your tribute.
Rune still for Arme.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Range racks being
They want to
focused
get
down
him.
there. The jump lift, FY, immediate TP, Puck, and this. Oh, there's Triple C, will jump forward. Arme goes for the TP, but the bash of the Abyssal is Mookie moving forward. Arme is going to drop here without buyback.
No buyback.
Losing the troll, FY will now be found and killed. Newbie, so swift.
They really wanted that Earth Spirit so badly, even though he has a buyback. They don't know it, but that's not the best skill you can do. Especially since Troll does not have a buyback there.
Yeah. The speed of Newbie's TPs. The instant, the second the Rubik jumped in, Puck, Razor, both very quickly. Top of that range.
All right,
racks.
he has a rapier, but he didn't assemble it.
He's got buyback, right? Or 500 gold or so until buyback. That seems okay. He's not gonna drop it, right? You know, keep it nice, safe, and sound.
You just turn it into Divine Rapier in a fight. Just all right, there it is.
Here we go.
Divine one player.
It is down to maybe now. Alice, these big burrow strikes. But in comes Mugi. Forward.
Radiant structures
Of course, the
are
glyph out.
fortified.
He's got Lincoln's on him with a medallion going. Is that a solar crest? Full solar there from Faith. Epicenter channel. The blink cancelled. KP on the money with that ult forward. Will stop the initiation now. Maybe his BKB is gone. The jump from KP with the dream curl there. The Yule's up into the air. Is there a send back? I don't think there is because the gyro will fall and Rapier is down. GG is coming. It feels like it. Even with the buyback from this maybe gyro, the Rapier still down on the deck. Now Chalice forces in and jumps out.
Rapier or Knight.
Fountain. But Mugi with that Rapier going to work on these racks. Another lane down and LGD. Troll is up, but Newbie retreat. Burrow strike forward. Faith is caught. The Black Cannon out. In jumps Arme. He's got the BKB going, so this is a big fan of damage. But the Abyssal Blade turned around. Mugi now with the bashes forward. Lotus Up is there, but the damage drained out by Razor. And surely now Newbie have claimed game number 1. Even with the Burrow strike from Chalice holding them back. The Boulder Smash from FY doing the work. Newbie still just too strong.
They want that Rapier back. They don't have enough damage to actually take it from them, especially since Roll is gone.
Triple C is low on mana, no BKB either. Kaka misses the Burrow strike in is good. The nullifier there will catch the Razor, but maybe, like you're saying, just cannot dish out the deep. And with the refresher all from KP, it will be GG. Newbie behind in this game for so long, but very, very intelligent moves from them, and that refresher all.
Spirit gets thrown out, Council will get the kill. Same time mid, Arteezy going for a bit of a chase down onto Nisha.
It's fine here. Was gambling on the rune a little bit, but did not pick it up. Still doing fine though in CS. 32 CS. This is Merlini. Shout out to him. So we say that Zeus is one of the best heroes at always going elite.
Oh, absolutely.
The downside is he can't deny you.
No.
But you'll get your own farm.
You're not denying anything as the Zeus. Anyway, he's got two creeps denied at the moment. Rip. Drops down the. Yeah, it's actually. Careful if you try and go for the stomp onto Crit, but Crit, bit of the Dukes, Ellie says trying for the invis body block. It's sort of working out. Crit will turn with the stun. That will keep him safe indeed for now.
At least Sash doesn't have out.
Cask come on in the heel for now.
We've seen the meta nowadays. A lot of people just straight up go for Maledict level 1 now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It would be really useful. I guess he doesn't see a lot of value in it again. Bat Rider who would be hard to get it on in the first place. Or the life select.
Radiant's top
Pados.
tower is under attack.
Be careful, he does have the sticky napalm
They're gonna
stage
kill
really
Samao.
building up. Indeed, they're looking to turn. Don't quite catch him. Samao goes for the mango. TP out, Boris tries to be back there. Oh, not even needed. Nisha. Zeus out now. Gets the kill on Samao.
Radiant's
Way
middle
too
tower
aggressive
is
right there.
under attack.
Wanted to try to pressure. I think it's only got 11 CS though. It's 41. They're sort of okay with that. That's one of those weird trades where both teams are okay with it because Sumail got an entire wave and he continues to top and he forces the Zeus. But in exchange, like, get a really high priority target.
Rip going to grab that bounty rune, but will be unsuccessful. But still able to grab it. So Exotic Deer will take both of them.
Radiant's
an
middle
arcane
tower
rune,
is
but
under attack.
do anything with it as Kato just spotted out. You've got a movement from King Quinn slightly towards this top lane. Nisha has been brought up here. Reach, keeping himself in the trees. This whole movement will be spotted out by EG. They've got that observer ward down. They know that Zeus is in this lane top.
I like this. Now there's a stack as well. Secure it. By the way, Owen was
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Which one?
last game.
Oh, back, yeah. Was crit being used as a turret.
We were both kind of correct there.
We were. He had the axe, but he also slightly didn't have it.
Radiant's bottom
3 for
tower
1.
is under attack.
It's movement from Zeus. He's still sort of hanging around this top part of the map. It looks like he's just a little bit scared of going to the mid now. The levels and farm that Arteezy has. He's very precautious about going there on his own. Arteezy nearly has armlet complete top of the treads.
Farming it a really... So is Zeus. And the other 2 cores from King1 right now that I'm worried about.
Fine crit here with a wraparound. Caught out with a quick stun and burst damage too high from Nisha. 4 kills now for King. So what do we got in? Slightly better win rate with the power treads.
Both under 50.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Lifestealer, definitely a hero that has its flaws.
Play carry. What do you not like about him?
I think it's the whole sort of
Radiant's
single
top
targetness
tower
of
has
it.
fallen.
That's sort of all he offers, and especially in a meta where you're getting your razors and such and heavy disables, it's very hard to play.
Here.
Laura strike leading. They stash an exotic deer surrounding him. The pop epicenter as well. Veer will fall. Penguin making some nice aggressive movements, getting the kills. But as you can see from the net worth, still the fact that the 3 cores of EG are farming a little bit better keeps them that slight lead. But Penguin certainly doing their best to sort of swing that round, punish the cores of EG, and make sure that they can close this gap.
Kuroki was always fond of saying, he's gotta die. Deer.
There's the surprise in best spot. Onto the deer. Savage Roar ain't gonna work with a rage up on our tour.
This is one of the better Lifestealer games because he's good against the Lone Druid and he's good against the Zeus and the ET. He's pretty much good against every hero in this game.
He is a very strong hero this. And you've got great heroes to play around. Because you have got that bat. It's going to be the vessel to get you in for those infest ganks.
Fortunate catch.
So drop the Death Ward with an attempt on Fear.
Oh, he missed on the...
Just off the mark there with that nuke, the lightning bolt.
That would have been the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
Fear will
is
get
under
himself
attack.
away. Bottom lane, Patos.
Radiant's
Be careful,
structures
crit
are
there over the
fortified.
trees. Tabs on it. The sleep stomp onto the creeps. Arteezy still been put. Arteezy can just turn for the kill. Crit's there. The stun will actually miss. The Hex, of course, unmissable. Will come through from Crit. He does apologize as well for the missed stun. That's a good boy, Crit.
Dire's middle tower
If you mix...
And apologizes again.
If he accidentally hexed the creep, what would you have said?
That, I don't know. I would have been speechless.
A weird defense, though. The rest of his team wasn't coming.
No, the Cancel just wanted to go in.
He TP'd down there, threw out the stun to alert them to the fact that he was down there, and then he tried to run. It's crazy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not quite in range there. Very close to having Misery off the back of that, but Misery keeps himself out.
Kill lens, by the way, completed on the Zeus.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
What is the
attack.
build going to be overall for Is it Lens, Blink, yours? Are you a fan of this? Nowadays, I kind of like it when we see Zeus's go for the Ags Rush. Or do you think you still have to play it this way?
Somebody told me recently you have to go Aether Lens. Or you should, because it's a better run-up item than going straight for the
Radiant's bottom tower is
going
under
straight for the
attack.
Aghanims.
But do you like the fact that he's going Ether Lens, Blink, and Jules?
I don't know how much he needs the Ags.
Radiant's middle tower
Because
is under attack.
he's going to play such an important role in this game that it's better for him to play very tanky for survival. I think he's making the correct decision.
Dire's
Okay.
top tower is under attack.
Oh, top lane, the push comes through from Kingwing, and they were able to catch out Misery.
Also a very nice timed ult on Zeus, which spotted the Lifestealer Batrider rotation.
That's all.
Radiant's
Put up by the Hex, buying time for Arteezy to close the gap. And as we know, once Arteezy can get his hands on the Elder Titan, this Elder Titan hero, it just gets absolutely destroyed by a Lifestealer.
That's why people aren't, they were for a while like first two picking, but they felt like it was awkward because nowadays you can just open up with the Lifestealer. I think Arteezy accidentally cancelled crits twice, saying that. He walked right next to him to hit the cast.
Dear, getting the money up. still on good track to get the farm on the graph. Obviously, the fact that Arteezy keeps getting these kills, it is keeping this Lifestealer very much at the top. 7k net worth on Arteezy as he picks up Katso once again. Crit should be in trouble. The bear chasing him down. Sumel's actually there to back him up, but the root comes through. Does actually get the finger off before he falls, which will allow Arteezy and Sumel to get themselves a second kill, maybe even a third. As they look towards Pados, he has the burrow strike, but the sticky napalm slowing him down will set up for a third kill for EG around that area of the map. 4k lead now for Evil Geniuses. This Lifestealer, we thought it was going to be a problem. So far, it really is looking to be that. He's 600 gold away from having Desolator on top of the armlet treads at 14 minutes. And once he's got these Desos, some of these heroes are going to die in 3-4 hits.
Yeah, this is starting to become such a pain for him. You see every single time, Castor's like, I will throw my stomp out and it'll do nothing, but what else are you supposed to do? You get chunked down, you only have 1000 HP. He needs a 4-staff. He's ever going to survive these engagements, not very close to it. He's got one component, but finding farm right now for him is a bit difficult. The other two cores on Kinguin really need some farm picked up. And that's why the Lifestealer as a counter to the ET is so good. Feels so miserable to play. Can't really do much. I think what Kinguin thought was that if they open up with the ET, that they would discourage the Terrorblade, because they were open for TB counter still. And so they said, okay, we're gonna take this Lifestealer, or we're gonna take this ET, EG. Will they still pick Lifestealer? We'll find out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
On this top tier 1 tower, looking to continue to secure gold for Exotic Deers. He does closer and closer to that relic. We're about 3k gold with that tower gone down, but 15 minutes, there we have it. Lifestealer having the treads, armlet, Desolator. It's got to be one of the quicker timings. We saw quick timings from Sumail last game. I don't know if we can get any stats of this. It might not be record breaking on the Lifestealer, but it's definitely fast.
You knew the Beastmaster one was.
Yes, you could just feel in that game that a Beastmaster should not have all those items at 20 minutes in.
Yeah. Head up. How far is Misery, by the way, from the eye? He's got it.
Very close. A lot of big items coming out for EG. And that Axe is just going to be, I mean, as always, it's always strong, but especially when you're playing against a lineup that's sort of relying on a Zeus. You know, you're going to have sort of the Zeus with a deep push, slowly spamming the enemy down. But the heal from the Cottle Blast is pretty much going to offset the entire damage output of the Zeus on these defenses. Yeah, it's going to make it really difficult for them to hold the high ground. Okay, so here's how you should envision it, right? Oftentimes when you're playing Lifestealer, the problem is play against a bad rider or something like that, and you'll go up the high ground and you'll just start hitting the tower and you'll get pulled in. But if you look at Kinguin's lineup, they don't have the best way to spam out. It's a Zeus and an ET, but functionally, the Lifestealer doesn't care about either of those heroes. You're gonna get stunned up, but it's less of a core game right now than a support. It's such an important support meta, and Kinguin can't do anything. Oh, here comes Sumail, crit now, it's easy. They're looking for a catch, they'll jump straight over Katso, ignoring him, going for the bigger kill. They find the Zeus, now they turn their attention towards Katso. Perfect decision making there from EG. They see Katso, they immediately blink over him, know that he's watching over someone else, and they get 2 kills for Arteezy out of that move.
Yep, that's... I feel bad for Katsor. He's playing this kind of matchup. There's nothing for him to do. I mean, it really does feel like the draft has been a huge issue for Kinguin this game. If you can't enable your supports, the game's always going to be a little bit different. Of course, they still can hold high ground. Like, if EG overextends, this Lifestealer does get ruined by the root on on Lone Druid. So this game isn't over by any means. Not even close, but just from the early game perspective, it's very hard when your fort position can't enable itself. Like when your cores don't enable your fort position, then you're going to see games like this where the early game becomes very disastrous.
Pre-18 minute sags there for Misery. Kinguin will try and move out with the smoke. I mean, the question is, who are they sort of hoping to find off the back of it? Normally you want to find a core, but they even have the chance to kill a core. They're looking towards Arteezy. If they can get the insta-stun, maybe, and they do. They get the epi, the burrow, the death ward, everything down onto Arteezy, but he still gets the rage up. Now he turns with the double damage, starting to live still back up, but he has the infest as well. Jumps into crit to protect him from the death ward damage. Arteezy will survive. Fear gets a triple kill. This game, it looks to be an incredibly rough position for Kinguin. as EG, I said it game one, they have just turned up today, and it really feels like nothing is going to stop the boys in blue from winning these games.
Yeah, it's more draft related than play, right? Like they set a really cool draft, a draft trap. Penguin really thought the TV was coming, so they're like, okay, we'll open up with the CTP. Then all 5 of their heroes get countered by a lifestealer.
RTZ lifestealer has, you say, the pick and the play has been, it's been perfect from RTZ.
They had such a good, that was such a good gank attempt, but their heroes just aren't good against it.
Go for my master.
So now, Penguin, the game changes. It becomes about holding the high ground and hoping that EG slips up. It no longer becomes, okay guys, we have to go smoke and make the play together. I think it becomes, all right, we gotta hold high ground and hope that Exotic Deer gets 6-slotted. And if he does, like, maybe we can catch them off guards. When our TZ, if he dies even once, like, he's gonna feed a lot of gold away.
And I think that's the thing as well, as you say with Exotic Deer, you know, on the Lone Druid, sure, try and get those 6 slots, he can farm up, but obviously a lot of the ways he can look to play the game with the Lone Druid. He's going for that split push. We'll hold that full because mid lane Pados does jump in. They are able to get the jump onto crit, so they'll take off the line. But the split push that Exotic Deer is going to look for is going to sort of have the same problem as last game. You're doing it against the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah.
EG have ways to react to that split pressure.
And that's why I think KATOWICE's making like this resurgence meta. Like we hadn't seen him in a while, but like Liquid are good trendsetters in the sense that like they see these heroes like Nature's Prophet and Lone Druid coming back while you pick this Keeper of the Light, and he doesn't get punished by those heroes because they're inherently slower. If you can pull off Keeper of the Light and he just gets to play greedy and farm up and get a quick ags, it's very difficult to play around that fact.
It's, and I think as well, maybe looking at this game, it may sort of be obvious in another sort of sense, but maybe out of the Beastmaster and the Coddle, maybe you actually just ban the Coddle.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
The Beastmaster, I couldn't tell which one was the problem, but I think it's the Coddle's the larger issue
because it's more flexible. It works in more situations.
It allows them to aggro or play a very aggressive dual lane, and then Misery, it puts the pressure on you. Oftentimes, like, you get this with cores, right? Like, you pick an anti-mage and the enemy team have to do something about it. But Keeper of the Light functionally is the same in that regard. A team like Liquid abuses it the most when they just have GH, and you know he's getting farmed, and you're afraid of it the entire time. And this guy's gonna pop out of the jungle with a support sub 20-minute Aghanim Scepter and win all team fights for his team.
G now just taking objective after objective with minor repercussions really, as Penguin, they are trying to sort of knock on that tier 1 down bottom, but the majority of the team, they're back in the base. They are preparing to form some sort of a defense, and you know it, there's just straight up confidence from EG when they're starting to push onto the tower. It's not even daytime.
They need to wait for daytime though. They wanted to try to abuse the Aegis timing. What they should do is push out bottom, then they can continue to stay around this top area for another few seconds, and then bring TZ back. Because they still want to use this Aegis if possible.
Gold is a great conductor.
Fine, he has that for self. Yeah, so maybe we'll be able to survive if he gets caught on the front lines, but the damage that's going to be coming out from EG's lineup and some Y on RTZ as well, it's questionable whether KATOWICE will be able to live in the midst of it all. Penguin, they are smoked. Now hovered around the mid lane. There is a DD here for the taking, but
Dire's middle tower
really any heroes that are amazing at utilizing it on Penguin's lineup at the moment.
Your EG, do you even mind running into King?
And I think, you know, EG as well, they knew that something was going on. They were grouped up as 5. They saw that their top lane was pushing into the base of Penguin, and no one was there to defend it. EG not going to get caught out by those sort of movements.
One minute left on the Aegis. Doubt they get high ground, but Easy's pinging, wants to cut the wave at least. They've got a gem now on their Keeper too. The vision game is going to be so impossible for Penguin, because their Zeus can't leave the base. He doesn't feel very safe doing so. But Penguin are doing a really good job. They're cutting the waves with the Lone Druid Bear, and KATOWICE is playing very aggressively because he knows that he can't play safe. He just has to force these engagements somehow. Sumail, he's got a gem, remember.
And we'll look for the chase down to Pados. And as you say, Pados almost forced having to play like this, but inevitably will cost him his life some of the times that he does so.
Yeah, he has to do that, because look at what happens. The rest of his team gets to have a little bit of farm. You can't just sit, not with this lineup, inside the base and hope to win. You got to take these kinds of risks. If they come and gank you, it means it's info for the rest of your team to play a little bit greedier.
Top, they're looking to find the bear. Ooh, Stone will be off the mark. Can they find the Hex? Can't quite. The bear will survive. Anisha does now have his
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
complete. We're seeing very hard for the Zeus to really have an impact. The Lifestealer is the big issue, and Zeus doesn't really do much against the Lifestealer. DG take themselves another tier 2 tower. It is daytime, so they will look to push up to the base, and here comes the real test. How do Kingwin deal with this?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Spam out with Zeus. Hope for the best.
Swinging from Misery though, as we can see, just keeping EG at full health. Raging, hitting towers, soaking up the heals.
If they had a different hero that could abuse when Arteezy's rage is down, it would be a different story right now. But because it's an ET, he can just rage, hit the high ground, then walk away. He's doing that every time.
Exotic Deer still trying his best with the split push. He is going to be able to find that tier 2 down bottom. Base slowly getting torn away from them. Arteezy once more, and he goes. That will be the tier 3 complete.
Has fallen.
Run away, siege creep.
But look at that mid lane. Look at the bear. It's dragged all the mid creeps all the way up to the top behind the Roshan.
That's what
Top shrine
they need to
It's
do.
not even the bear, sorry. It's his illusion that he picked up.
Oh, what a beast. He also put the Radiance.
Onto him before doing the
Yeah.
illusion. He's a smart man. Exotic Deer is really, he's doing everything he can this game. Give Kingwin that chance, but the question is if it's enough.
I want to highlight too that I really like the way that this guy plays, because it's really easy if you're in this position and take like note pub players to just hit neutral creeps in this situation, but like you have to put pressure on the map.
Yeah, he's in the lanes all the time.
Yeah, you have to take the risk to push out bottom, then cut the wave mid. This is what you need to do when you're behind, and Misery might just get caught here.
Got TP, and indeed,
That's a
Jules
gem.
is there. The burst, they're bringing in Ellie Sash as well to make sure the Misery will fall. Death or down, no messing. As you say,
Nice
that is
pick
gem.
up. How you make him
Top shrine has fallen.
one step at a time.
And on his Aghanims now, of course, Nisha. Goes halfway there. Mid lane though, jump in onto the bear. Got the link with Arteezy. They've certainly got the damage. There, it's taken down.
This bottom lane being shoved in though. They gotta go back for it. I like the setup too. They're assuming only one hero will deal with this at bottom, and they're hoping that because there's no Keeper of the Light alive, that there's no engagement that can be forced by EG. But the wrong hero is there for them. If it was a Razor or Sumail, they would make a move on that. But as soon as they see that it's Arteezy, they just give up on it.
EAC complete, Exotic Deer. Once again, sort of similar situation that we were in game 1, where EG do have this pretty sizable lead. Penguin do have wrap potential, but EG have ways to answer it. And somehow Kingwin be able to outplay EG in this sort of situation. True test of skill here for inside.
EG smoke up. Matches the timing of Roshan too. Question
Lag
is,
on Razor as well for the push.
yeah, for Kingwin, like, try to, if they do go for a Roshan, do you contest it? If you're EG, do you even wait?
Team it. They are certainly thinking about Roshan. They will get spotted about their positioning with the Thunder God's Wrath. So England probably aware that they were heading towards the pit. Penguin not really in a state to come and contest it. They do, could certainly cost them lives. They spot it out, they pop down the stomp.
Newbies turn to pick.
a little bit of a worse timing.
This means Bane is gonna be 5, which will like enough time to get his Aghanim Scepter up.
Phantom Lancer.
EL for newbie. Think about that for LGD, so potentially a bit of a snipe pick out, but also here, past Beastmaster onto the Kotl in that aggro lane. All the control in the world for him to be able to output damage.
Yeah, he's not affected by blinding light.
Newbies turn to
Doppelganger.
And he can go into mid or safe. Pretty much immediate LGD counterpick there is the Terrorblade, Arme's signature hero for sure.
Yes, Roshan, cheese in the hands of EG. Buyback also expended for that attempt around Roshan, but as we're seeing, they do keep making space for Exotic Deer. Yeah, he was able to force out that fortification, so if he gets around again.
Oh, nice Savage Roar, but this isn't enough to save him. I don't think so. So Sumail's on the hunt, he knows.
Yeah, they're looking for both. Got the lockdown onto the Lone Druid himself, surrounding Exotic Deer in the trees. This time his split push will be put to an end. G continuing to assert their dominance this game and keep advantage.
They're gonna go high ground here. They're gonna recall RTV. He's pushing all the waves. Although it gets cancelled, this might be an opportunity for them. He doesn't have Aegis.
He's got the rage though. Turns towards Nisha and he does have the cheese. He's such a hard target to get in, but with the rage wearing out, jump straight into and out of the siege creep. At least actually going for the TP out, but he just gets two-shot by this Lifestealer.
He's killing everyone.
He really is. This Lifestealer pick has been absolutely devastating. And it just makes the game look impossible for Kinguin's heroes to play.
Yeah. That was a really nice dodge though from the stun by hopping into the infest. He pops out. He matched that timing really well.
But now bottom lane. They're pushing in. There's no Lone Druid for 10 seconds, no ET for 15. They're trying though.
Sand King
can't get the jump in. And that's the epicenter whip. Yeah. Let's take the Maledict and the Burrow Strike the Fate. They've got the Sandstorm and the Death Ward down big, getting brought down quite low. Death Ward as well will force easy to back up. Shouldn't be quite enough to pop Fear. Fear should be, I say should be safe. It's going to be very close now. We'll just be safe enough. At least it pushes EG away. Kinguin will hold, as they are still yet to lose a barracks. They're keeping their barracks alive.
now.
Radiant's bottom
Gonna lose their shrine.
shrine.
Nitrance day.
He's just walking around with 5k gold, ready to spend it into whichever he wishes. Nisha does nearly have the Aghanims. For gold away until he has that. Sure, Arteezy shouldn't have to care too much about it, but the little backliners, they can start falling very low if the old cloud gets popped above them. Bottom lane, EG, ready to come in again. On the side though, look at this, Pados actually finds out Sumail will force himself back, the cask sent out towards him as well. Arteezy standing on the front lines with the rage, looking for that Rax, and they'll get the range Rax with the Aghanims on Fear. They're pushing down the second set with that Eye of the Storm. Burrow Strike comes out onto Arteezy, but the immediate jump from Sumail will be dodged by Nisha, same time up top. They're looking for that split push, the Bears coming in, they know that EG has the full 5-man down here. Exotic Deer's being careful though. Now that EG have sort of backed away from that bottom lane, he's got to be very careful if they do start to back up. And EG, they just know that they can outpush any sort of split. They start putting pressure in onto the middle set of Rax. Exotic Deer gets a bit of damage done onto this, but Sumail's there in time with the blink forward, has the Yaws to cancel the initial TP. Exotic Deer will still try his best to run himself away from this. Leaves the bear back. Arteezy will turn his attention towards the bear. They're just interested in keeping Exotic Deer himself alive as the bear will fall. Arteezy gets another 300 gold. Exotic Deer still hiding just out of the range of this vision, but now they see him. They're close enough for the vision. Can they close the gap? Sumail there as well. They're chasing this man down. Patos comes in with a bro play, moves forward, forces Exotic Deer down, and that will make sure that EG can't close the gap, so they will keep that lone druid alive.
Very nice save there. Nisha even using his Aghanim's Cloud Nimbus to save him.
They've got the action close to the course now. Nisha, as well as you say. Lane trying to go with the Burrow Strike. Quick rage from Arteezy will dodge it. Goes straight to the racks. He's a little scared though. He's playing very careful now. Arteezy knows that the full 5-man is here. It's time for the defense. Exotic Deer included, but Fear, he'll stand on the front lines with the Eye of the Storm. Takes down a second set of racks. EG now 18k gold lead here for the side. The Bears trying for it. Again, fortification is forced out.
You get Mega Creep though, doesn't matter about the split push, because there's still a tier 2 in mid. So at worst you would trade a set of racks for Megas. And that's the position that EG is trying to put Kinguin under. And Kinguin, to their credit, are doing a very good job.
I mean, as we're seeing, Kinguin are seeing that despite any sort of advantage against them, they're very good at holding on. It's just that little bit of potential that they need to swing these sort of games around that's very hard. And this time, as we've been saying, feels like they sort of made it harder for themselves with their lineup. These sort of pushes from EG just going ultimately punished. Sure, as we're saying, Exotic Deer is finding a little bit in terms of getting fortification out of finding a tower, but he needs so much more at this stage of the game because the rest of his team are finding nothing out of these.
There's a lot of orange dots there. They gotten too many kills lately. Problem.
As well, 35 minutes of the game. No surprise really that RTZ has not died. We knew that it would be a problem trying to kill this Lifestealer, and it absolutely has. They just no way kill RTZ unless he outplays himself at this point.
Yeah, that was the move at top though was really nice.
Once again, in they go.
Alissash just
He's
runs
trying to
in.
get in. He's gone straight in with the cask and the death wall, but Arteezy turns towards him, takes him down in a couple of hits. Thunder God Brutes Wrath is out, but EG, they really don't care. There's a double kill for Arteezy as they just move hero to hero. Quick Finger comes out onto Patos to take him down. There will be a fortification here from Kinguin, but EG just continues to move in. Patos does come in with the Burrow Strike, but Arteezy, he'll turn with Sumail's backup. EG are just ripping Kinguin apart. The Mega Creeps are out. Exotic Deer's trying for the split push, but as you say, there's no amount of split push that can outdo the pressure and the lead that EG have had this game. 25k net worth lead. They're onto the tier 4s. He's trying. I mean, he's giving it. Have they got ways of getting back, EG?
Yo, their tower's dying really fast right now.
Exotic Deer
doesn't have a TP, but okay.
I mean, okay, he's keeping the game
bad.
open. He's keeping the game open.
He took that tier 4 really fast.
If Exotic Deer wins this game, I think,
Shave our heads.
There's going to be an Admiral Bulldog watching somewhere that is going to be absolutely losing it. If this lone druid can win this game.
They're hunting him though.
They are, and they've found him. He'll go for the Savage Roar, but now he knows that they're upon him. He's trying to juke himself out of there, but the vision's there. They've got the slow from the open wounds, the control from the lasso. As that will be Exotic Deer gone, and he's down for 70 seconds, does not have buyback, so if EG can group up, push down a lane, this game will surely be over.
Yeah, but the real hero is still alive. Bear.
That's true. Without Ags. It's absolutely true. There is still going to be some of that split pressure. Playing it very careful with the Bear at the moment. Wants to make sure that EG aren't sort of still in the neighborhood. Patos tries to go with the lead in from the Burrow Strike. Can't quite catch Sumail. Sumail now looking to turn. He jumps in. He's found Elissash. The Maledict will come through, but Elissash gets beaten down upon by Fear and Sumail. Bottom lane, that Bear. Can he really do it? Can he hold the hopes and dreams together for all the Polish fans out there?
Let's go, Bear.
Misery's on the hunt. Oh, damn! Those dupes.
middle tower is under attack.
Bear's out.
That was pretty neat.
The mid lane, the tier 4s are in shambles. Exotic Deer's back in 10 seconds. They're trying to spam out EG Kinguin. But again, with the Eye of the Storm at Pados, he's going to make a go for it with the Epicenter. Does bring Fear down to half health. The Earth Splinter comes through, but RTZ rages, moves towards onto Katso. Katso forces himself back, but they've lost Pados. The cast gets thrown out, Smell, Yule's up in the air. They have got the control. Savage Roar as well from the Bear, trying to push EG back, but the Static leaks out. The Bear falling low. The Bear goes down, will be resummoned. They'll look towards RTZ. RTZ rages. He's biting into the Bear. They're trying to get the Bear back to base. Will the Bear survive? He won't. The Bear's down. 300 gold there for the side of EG. As RTZ takes down the Witch Doctor. They're falling apart, Kinguin. EG will almost certainly secure this victory as GG is called. EG take the series to pro, and they will be the ones moving forward here at ESL 1 Katowice.
And their rotation ability.
Radiant's
Undecided. Top mid. Where do we go? Where do we head? Arme, though, has gone down the ramp.
Yeah.
Reposition.
Level 6. He's killed Sunder.
Swap back, but no, the cast and the headshots couldn't go for Faith as he had tanked the tower. Kaka, primary target, would have liked to go for SCCC, but still loses his life. Said he held at that point. And you go in mid lane, you hover over the TB skills, you see if he's got that little green circle around him. It was Miracle the other night that had a nice little play with that as well, baiting people in and then killing the Sunder at the last second. Kaka yet again going for this bounty rune snipe. Nova doesn't want anything to do with it. Away to the Sand King after a quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Beastmaster with the phase boots finished. Heal up. A lot of pressure. I wonder what the build for
not Battlefield.
I hope not Battlefield. They have enough with Ace to deal. Enough AoE. I checked the Panda's spell deal 1,000 damage.
Top tower is under attack.
4,000 damage.
You big? Damn big. Gyro switching to the mid lane. He's had enough of the side lanes. This aggro squad from Newbie up the top. The handle ducked away from that lane. Terrorblade now farming jungle. He's starting to pull behind a little bit in these lanes. They will move in towards Mugi here with a Kotl, but Chalice. Mana to really play with, just trying to snipe out a bit of the stack there as FY clears up the creep. But mid lane, they lose the gyro.
He doesn't even need to use.
Was that just sniper clicking him?
Yep.
Not very good now, is it?
He could have TP'd back to this shrine.
He goes home though. Home is where the...
He knows that he's not gonna be threatened because they don't have any gap closer, so he can go for Mask of Man. Deal insane amount of damage from as possible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Does that mean maybe the Beastmaster needs to think about, you know, a blink dagger early on? Yeah. Top lane, the pressure just relentless here. KP getting a lot of farm in this top lane, already level 6. Head's completed. Maybe trying to get these flat cannon hits out to kill CS and also harass KP, but Kaka moving forward. Forest Strike ready at level 2.
That's gonna be enough.
Ooh. Nightmare's there from Bane to slow things down, so they turn and burn onto him instead. The X-Nova Bane brings down back onto Kaka. Down he goes, and Faith turned on with the Metamorphosis here from the TV. Cyclone onto Gyro will hold him back, but X-Nova surviving long enough to keep the Brewmaster in play. Now the Sniper arrives in with the damage. Cyclone the TB again. Back and now forward. Somnus, Assassinate flies on through, but the Shrine is there, and KP unable to secure that kill onto the Gyro. Will lose every bit of HP he has.
That was a good rotation. They were kind of hesitating to get on top of the Gyro. Tank had a stun ready. They need to woke Panda up. Can actually deal the damage. Way too deep though. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane, pressuring the tower, get a lot of farm. Battle Fury build. Pepe Prey.
Praise Moody.
Dire's
Usual
middle
comment.
tower is under attack.
Chalice has that's queued up, interestingly enough. They're just looking for a timing push here with the Terrorblade. How that goes. Shotball moves towards the Force Staff before the Ags. Arme, though, hiding away in these jungle camps, farming decently enough and also hiding away from the map, using Meta to come out and fight towers for now. But this opens things up so nicely for Newbie. They get tier 1 mid, they can swing up towards the top. They've got wards down everywhere in this dire jungle.
They want to invade dire jungle. They have 3 ward, 9 minutes in. They want to keep the pressure since the Panda has a lot of farm. They have tanking who can set things up easily, and again, nothing to get close to a sniper who's not that even high level, but still, I don't think they can defend this. They might need to use gyro ulti, which is on cooldown.
Well, I was just about to ask, is Mugi in trouble at all? The Roar will come out, and it looks like they've secured the kill there.
Yeah, this ward gives way too much vision. You see both camps when someone is rotating from the side, when someone is approaching from a lane to defend the tower.
Hoeing that line so very nicely. LGD just being held back here. Top lane, Arme, low HP, but continues shoving out the wave. Up and moving into the Yasha is like Terrorblade. Very good. Look, not only are they getting sick wards down themselves, but they're removing a lot of this dire vision. Did they make any moves?
Oh, what was that sound?
Oh, it's the Beast Mouse. Goes woohoo! Woohoo!
These are some bearded women.
Down goes Bane. Simple, he D-wards, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kaka's so quick. Like, for 11 minutes in, you know, halfway to Blink is very good from him. Oh, hello, Faith, KP moving in behind the trees. Movies cut in, found FY. All 4 staffs back, but they've got the primal split to go. Cyclone the Beastmaster, finish off FY with the Assassinate. Now moving on to Challenge potentially. Mugi is ready to fight. Engage from LGD as maybe.
They don't want to go
away
too deep again. They should be happy with what they got. Bane has ulti ready. He's in range.
Leads on grip onto KP. He will fall, but the turnaround play from Mugi. There's the gyro, dares the Roar, cancelled. Doesn't want to throw it in. Chalice realizes there's no damage to come in as the Terrorblade down at bottom lane is potentially in a bit of trouble. Yeah, he's being forced back by the Sand King. Maybe had his TP cancelled, but there's the Assassinate from this sniper yet again. Double kill for SCCC. 7-0-1 on the sniper.
He's going ham this game. Has enough gold if you buy Midro Hammer or go for a fight. Save up himself and his teammates. I don't know. He can farm a lot with the Mithril Hammer.
You know it's a bad time when your gyro's the one buying the smoke. Maybe in Chalice. Beastmaster also buying a smoke for himself. Mugi has the doppelganger away. There is a call down from maybe to be thrown in here. The homing missile will track back the PL, make sure they know which one's real. This is now a little bit too deep, it feels like. Chalice still going in. He's walked into the middle of 3 newbie heroes all alone.
Like they're wary, they want something to happen, but again, they can't make a right decision. They're diving way too deep. You okay, Gary? What was that look?
That was a questionable move. Like it was pretty. Maybe didn't make the call. You know, he kind of dipped away, wanted to give up on that. Chalice potentially just didn't hear him or didn't understand what was going on. But some kind of miscommunication for sure between them there, right? Sniper did not go for Maelstrom. Sniper did not go for Dragonlance or Staff towards the Hurricane Pike. You talked about him just doing damage from long range and not being touched because there's no gap close. And if you want a damage item, well, I'll tell you now, Crystallis, one of the most efficient gold to damage items in the game.
All right, well, it makes sense to one extent. Like they're not touching him, and for 2,000 gold more, he has a critical strike. Plus, he has 20 damage talent on top 10.
Hell yeah. 20.
He has 200 damage, critical strike, and some extra with the headshot.
Continues farming back in the jungle. You know, maybe you can look towards the future and think that with the split push plays you have with the Kotal, the AoE heal you get there, that shove timing from LGD, they're still trying to build up into it with a grab onto Sanking bottom lane. This is a good way to start your push into tier 2.
Yeah, they got a good kill, but Sanking already bought the Blink Dagger, so he's fine. Meta is used. I'm not sure they can defend this tower. They're running, but the five heroes are on bottom. That's gone.
They dodged the smoke pop there, newbie. X-Nova went for a wander all the way towards mid to get a ward down. Now it looks like they do have the Blink Clap and the split as well. The death ward down onto Gyro. Looks like he's going to fall here, but they get the Witch Doctor at the very least. Own missile onto Mugi will catch. EL now potentially able to chase people down. There's no TP on the Beastmaster. Assassinate will come out. Nearly finish him off, but they want to cyclone up this Terrorblade for as long as possible. Chalice still being run back. TB being focused now. Kaka and Mugi both in on top of him. This is a big kill. We don't care about the Beastmaster dying. We want to see Ame die here as Newbie run him down. Sunder at the ready, but Kaka's holding that stun until they have the perfect amount of damage.
Didn't have ult there to cast Innocent Skillet. That's why he was saving a stun, and the ward gets pinged out. Not in range though, so that's gonna get rewarded as well. Or maybe not. Maybe giving it for a shrine.
Come here, lad. That would have been okay for LGD if all they had lost was a Gyrocopter. Losing all 3 of your cores in quick succession just for a tier 2. Newbie being very snappy and decisive with their maneuvers across the map, and another smoke here with a sniper involved. Usual Blade is done for the PL. I don't know where he is now. That bottom lane shoving tier 1. Maybe trying to find this FY Kotal. Being pinged out by Mugi. They know he is lurking around in the area. Whether or not they can dive deep enough to find him though, as FY has that 4 staff and a TP. He's backed up. Just far enough away to stay out of danger for now. There's the force back, but he's trapped. Kaka, first strikes in, and the poor Keeper of the Light, even with the blinding light, he's assassinate.
Yeah, they should try to plant this anti-Tinker ward on this side to see Kotal blast.
Rushing Daedalus.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mask of Madness. Freaking Daedalus.
I don't think anyone builds Daedalus as a second item.
Nope.
Yeah.
Pretty big though. Pretty big. PL. 7.5k net worth. Bifu done. 1500 saved up. Start looking towards his Yasha. While we look at LGD's cores, Gyro down in the dumps a little bit here. The Beastmaster still trying to build that BKB, and it's a rushed one at that. 3-minute BKB to try and have that swing fight, get momentum back on their side, or back on their side, but first time in this game on their side, it feels like. Lads now coming for Chalice. It really is just LGD building all these little small items, trying to fit in towards that 20-25 minute timing with the Kotal Ags, which is coming. But this one's interesting. Please, look at the TV and tell me what's going on with that.
I guess he wants to be the gap closer between him and Sniper.
Yeah, I thought so, but it's an unusual one.
I don't know, if he's low HP, blinks in, uses it, Sniper gets a lot of gold. You know, the old strat where you were fooling around, go for Shadowblade, Dagon, Terrorblade, huh?
So he goes into, you know, an ancient camp or Roshan, drops himself to no HP with Shadowblade Sunder.
I don't think that this Blink Dagger is worth at all, to be honest. It's only level 2 reflection, he keeps farming, gives him some farming capability because he's jumping around the camp.
Well, FY, this time he's been found. Not. I guess when you see the Sniper with no force, no pike, the Blink Dagger kind of makes sense. Now Arme's able to jump in onto the PL with the help of this Bane setup. They get Mugi. Mid lane though, Kaka back in with a burst strike. Blink Clap from KP, and Chalice will be the second LGD hero middle lane to fall. Sniper continues this streak beyond godlike. 11-0-3. Bottom lane is being shoved. TB blinks back and away.
Are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
casual Yasha with power thread that we don't
Radiant's
have the
top tower
stats
is
and
under attack.
HP from that Dragon Lance as well, nor from Manta style. This doesn't feel right.
Little catch here. Rex Nova as he made the run from bot lane, tried to TP out, but Kaka, oh, he has been on the money so far. Good rotation movement there from Newbie. Unfortunately, though, the Ancient Prowler Shaman damaged. Oh, maybe solo dying here to the Brewmaster. Being caught there with a Cyclone into the stun, and down he goes. Finds the BKB out fully.
They're definitely. I gotta say, they're dying at the 2/3 points of the map. Yeah, Beastmaster needs to close the gap, so he has the Shadow Blade. He needs to get close to Sniper.
550-ish, 60-ish, 70.
Radiant's middle
The damage there from
tower is under
SCC.
attack.
Red numbers. Heads. Brew with the Vlads to try and counteract the Beastmaster Vlads, but blink on blink action, Lacoste. SCC has Mom Daedalus Blink Dagger, and I've got to say I have never seen this sniper build in this build.
I've seen Blinks and Sniper.
Yeah,
It's viable.
I've seen Daedalus and Sniper. I've seen Mom and Sniper.
Not in this order.
All together in this order is an unusual one. Kaka here spots out X-Nova. What a quick blink and a what the fuck is going on. Kaka will get an Observer Ward down at the very least.
Guys, calm down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Misclick. He misclicked the stun instead of the ult. Arme, blink on cooldown for a couple of seconds here. Could still potentially be found, but it's like he's made enough of a gap for himself and the enemy team. Bottom lane, hey, take a look at Chalice. In onto the tier 3 with a catapult ready. Wait. Terrorblade cuts the wave top. Blink clap. Arme TPing out. No stuns here, it doesn't look like, though. Kaka bottom. So F-Wise Ags, we've talked about it through the draft and waiting for it. It is very nearly here, about 900 gold off the Ags. How much do you think that changes LGD's game plan or their chances in this?
He's gonna have it with the next daytime, which is gonna come 2.5 minutes. But it's a burst damage, a lot of heal. They need to play around this Caudal Dag. But with the item they have Beastmaster with Vlad, they might just go and try to threaten tier 3 towers. I'm not sure that's gonna work. Super farm.
Kaka.
Yeah, Kaka again, some flashy plays.
Hey, if he had any teammates there with him, that was a dead Cottle. Finds the bounty rune as Arme stands on top of Sandstorm. Kaka here is just this kind of recon playmaker, finding bounty runes, stopping people from TPing, making sure that he is a huge nuisance across the map, not just in teamfights, but now he's been found with a grip. Arme even pops the Metamorphosis to try and secure this. The dust is required, and they will bring him down. Keep this pressure on. Jungle, get some D-wards going, get some vision down for themselves. Maybe you don't want to push too far up here.
So any big items coming out on the side of Newbie. Brewmaster has 2,000 gold saved up. Phantom Lancer already with the Yasha. Wants to go full Manta actually. Blink Dagger as well.
Role playing is that.
4 man's head.
So Brew could think about the Radiance perhaps. Maybe just go for the Assault Cuirass, stack up the Auras. There as the Aegis will expire over on the Sniper. Even the Sanking. Blink 4 staffs ready for Kaka, and he's moving towards the Eon. Self alive through these fights. LGD. We nearly have the BKBs, the double done. Of course, we've seen the Gyro with his already, unused as of yet. BKB also building into one pretty quickly. This is going to time in with this axe. Again, it's the LGD kind of 25-minute timing. It's going to be here. I just worry about how strong and how effective it's actually going to be and what they can accomplish. But this kind of pick off very quickly. In onto Faith, take him down. Chalice will be found by Kaka, though, with a 4-staff forward. The Primal Split used. Trade off the Witch Doctor for the Beastmaster. Maybe he won't find any additional kills. Split does move forward, hunting in the back end there. The shadows touched by LGD. They're still shoving out waves.
Still gonna have problems.
The sniper, FY recalls in Arme, and they've got the grip. This is SCCC, the beyond godlike streak, and 918 gold into the pockets of Arme.
That's a lot of gold. Even though Sniper is so far ahead, they're gonna have problems pushing the tier 3 towers, especially if Keeper of the Light.
I'll take that.
And here we have it. LGD in position to execute their draft.
Yeah, Gyro was not farmed at all, but he caught up. He's what, same amount farm as Panda, but he's gonna. Okay, they're gonna recall Beastmaster as well, probably. And
this is it, right?
The auras, yeah, they're gonna go. Sniper has a buyback. I think he needs a buyback right now.
I mean, the tier 3's dying. There's the Illuminate. Kaka's gone! Oh, he has no buyback. Newbie, what's happening? LGD going for this monster push will bring down the tier 3. Melee ranks falling as well. The heal coming out from Illuminate. FY keeping everyone lovely and topped up in their HP pools. And Newbie just, they don't know what hit them. We can see from a bird's eye perspective all these items being picked up. We know how the draft is executed, what's going to be happening. But just the speed at which LGD is able to snap in, take down that lane of racks. So beautiful to watch.
Just one pick off and that's it. Panda did not have ulti ready, so he can go in and dispel all those illusions. Even though if Sniper bought back, I don't think he would have done anything.
See, trying for the Hurricane Pike now. Newbie start wondering what the hell they do against this. I mean, they did use their BKBs, right? The TB, no, the TB didn't. Gyro did. I saw that one, but the Terrorblade still holding on to his 10-second BKB. Once they have Metamorphosis up, Shadowblade is nearly... Oh, it's done? No, it's complete. This Master has Shadowblade. So if they're able to go in again for another one of those big pickoffs, it doesn't have to be the Sniper anymore, right? It could be the Brew, it could be the... it has to be the Brew or the Sniper. So to break high ground here. Kill one of those, force a buyback out. There's an Eon Disc on the Brewmaster, so that will definitely help here. Up against LGD.
Also sanking was... the item was buffed from 80 to 70%. Now it feels way better. It's the kind of situational item, really, on, let's say, some cores in the late game when you're playing against the Void, Beastmaster. Your example, you're playing Omni Knight, you're going to get bursted.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Think like Fiend's Grip, Roar,
yeah.
Even like a home missile or something catching you off guard and stun.
This will be huge. Terrorblade is level 20 after he finishes this camp, so 10 reflection cooldown. Ice Frog, please.
Deal with his talent.
That talent seems so impactful. 0.5 seconds downtime. 100%. It's dispellable, but you need to have a BKB, Manta style, whatever.
Camp with a glimmer there. Maybe healthy. They're moving around the map here. LGD, you know, has fresh wind in their sails. They're able to shove out these waves, but Chalice, there's Kaka. Starting things off for his team to try and get in on top of this Beastmaster. With the dust forward, they're still unable to catch in, and now the turnaround from FY. Arme slaying people in the back end with his BKB Metamorphosis, and down goes Kaka as well. SCCC got jumped and obliterated, didn't even catch it as bait. Now the backstab comes in. They ignored the Witch Doctor, they've gripped up the PL, they've got the damage to bring him down. The split will do nothing as LGD, the aggressive hordes of heroes, storming towards this Radiant base. I don't think there's a wall in the world that can stop them.
Under attack.
Gary, what is happening in this game? Like, it went from full newbie, LGD can't win, to this game is gonna be over in 5 minutes.
That's why I was asking you, like, how important is this Ags? How important are these BKBs? The 25-minute timing for LGD, is it gonna work? I was skeptical. I'll come out and say it right now. I did not think LGD had a chance in this game, but they have made it work. The pick on the sniper at the bottom lane. Now the team fight mid with a blink on TV working absolute wonders. They'll bring down another tier 3. There's no buyback on sniper or PL. They've I've got this nighttime going, so they don't have the burst heal from Kotal, but it's still a huge chunk of damage coming into Newbie's base. Another melee racks will fall thanks to these TP illusions. Jump into X-Nova for a strike to cancel the TP. But if they come in and only lose the Bane, that's great for them. He'll actually force the epicenter to come out from Kaka. Newbie losing a lane and a half in about 4 or 5 minutes. LGD just kind of storming to victory. Now the PL's looking for FY though. Or staff TP, away he goes. The gem cannot be lost here. FY needs to keep it, and he will.
Kaka was not too far away. He had a 4-staff ready.
Close.
I'll take your tribute.
What is PL sitting at?
Illusion.
Fuse of Blade, Manta Style, and Blink Dagger. They want to get to Roche. They know their Blade meta is down, but only for 30 seconds. I still think they can stall not the best Roche lineup that they have, especially with Bottle. If he goes right now, I don't think they know about it.
Backstab from Chalice. Coming from the west, TV illusions from the east. They choose the connection. In comes the blinding light play. Roche nearly dead. Double gap over, but the Aegis taken away. Arming. There's LGD's win of the big fight. 3 down. PL to follow. GG's called. It's fucking over. LGD do it. Game 2. Beautiful swing of momentum. And Newbie scratching their heads, wondering what just hit them.
I think the build that they went for, the sniper one, didn't really pay off, and they were trying to get a pick off. Kaka got caught a couple of times before the fights even started.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Because I don't think it's a no-tail type of hero. Because no-tail, what he wants to do is he's going to get sacked in the safe lane, but eventually he's going to rotate to Rezo's lane, and they're going to try to take that mid hero. Like Lifestealer doesn't really scream Lifestealer to me.
I guess the one hero screams to me for OG right now is Juggernaut.
Yes, I was thinking the same.
Pair it with Chen. Go high ground. It has spin against Elder Titan, Stomp, and potentially do well against Titan.
You still need an offlaner though for OG, and you need something that like aggressively pushes in the lane. So what do you think of taking like Brew right now, because you have the Rubik already?
Could work. I guess it's a little vulnerable to the burst from Liquid. Killed pre-ulti if he gets initiated on. I guess they can save him a chance. Yeah, good. There's all the faults.
10 seconds remaining.
We've got 3 heroes
Team Liquid
be sitting at 100% win rate at this event. They've all played 3 or more games in the first 3 days. Jug is one of them.
So they go Bat instead.
Bat is the other one.
Definitely better for getting pickoffs. Like Brew's team fight is amazing, but
Man, I look at OG's lineup and I'm thinking like if they pick Jug next, that looks like some old alliance. Like Bat Rider, S4 Bat, Chen Jug.
The other one of those trios of 100%ers is Titan, which also has 3 games, 3 wins.
So what safe laners are you thinking for Liquid right now that do well against Bat Rider? There's like PL's one, Weaver's one.
PL is taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
don't know if you want Weaver versus the Rubik either so much.
yeah, it's a nice setup from OG. Like they banned some of the counters already, and they've taken one of the better ones.
They could go for something just like the Jug. I don't know if they have to pick it this early on though. I think they can wait till the 4th.
Yeah. You want a 5 position that forces Kuro to be there though. Like what Liquid really like to do, I think, is they want to move both their supports around as often as possible. Because Kuroki really likes to be, as much as he's a 5 position, he's really a 4 at heart too.
I'd love some new pick like some Oracle or something. He's sick.
Oracle would get really pressured by Chen.
Yeah, I know.
Be like nothing there. I don't know. I'm looking at Earth Spirit, I guess. Not a new hero, but.
And then what Kuroki plays the Elder Titan.
Yeah.
33 heroes not picked so far at ESL 1 KATOWICE is Oracle.
That may continue.
Probably a strong...
Doesn't contribute.
Strong prospect of that.
Doesn't contribute much in team fights. Oh, they do big hit.
Right.
Oh, baby.
Hello.
On fire.
That was good.
All right.
So counters lasso.
Did you call that? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's why I picked it out.
So,
as he's one of the 33 we haven't seen so far, and then we all agreed that it was unlikely we'd see him. Well,
I was gonna say it's not just for the Bat Rider. You can dispel the Chen send home too.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the big things.
But you also second guessed yourself.
Sure.
I mean, it's because Oracle's a bad hero.
It's because Oracle's not a great
hero.
Yeah, so.
He's just really bad, like level 1, level 2. Once he's 3, if he gets like Arcane Boots, he's cool.
Yeah.
I guess Urn and Spirit Vessel are potentially really good with his ultimate right now. You could crazy heal somebody if you ulti him first.
You got to be careful about getting Huskard right now.
On for OG, you're saying?
Oh, that's a really good call. Yep.
Yeah.
Another hero that hasn't been picked yet.
Although Bat Rider's okay against that hero in the laning. Like if you get a one-on-one against it. I remember who it was at it was Moon Meander versus Matoma Man at Summit, and at the time we thought that Huskar would crush Bat, and
you have the worst turn rate, right?
Yeah,
you, have,
he got bodied.
You can do the spin around Huskar, and it's actually hysterical.
Oh, so
do the Lifestealer anyway,
okay.
though.
That's cool. I like that.
I like this pick a lot. Yeah.
Covers them against.
These supports don't do a whole lot versus Lifestealer.
Yeah, we saw what happens when I've been talking about that all tournament. If you can't enable your fort position, the game feels you're almost always just going to lose the early game.
So Lycan is kind of on a little bit of a downfall, but still popular. Banned a lot, but pressurable in lane. Certainly against things like Chen creeps and against a Lifestealer, it's not bad, I guess. He does a lot of physical damage. He can run away from Lifestealer and Lifestealer's Chen.
5 seconds remaining.
But he can always jump in creeps.
Yeah, I think they still should be careful of this Huskar. I think this could be a Lycan mid, kind of like a trap. They could be like, oh, we're picking this Lycan. You think you have Bat versus Lycan, which is pretty good versus the Bat for the Bat. But I think this is we put Matu mid Lycan and we have a hard carry as this Huskar and we just take over the game. So I think they should still fear that.
Do you think it's like? Do you think that's the only way that they can win the game now? Because their support duo is really weak against Lifestealer, or like I see your point about the Huskar, but it also feels kind of all in to me, I guess. Because it's not that great against Lifestealer, right? Lifestealer can just build like Deso with Armlet and just eat the Huskar alive outside of the Oracle ulti.
You can get Pike though, and it's okay again.
It's true.
You know, Pike Halberd and you stack Evasion versus the Lifestealer.
Because Lifestealer heavily relies on the burst, and if you can't burst them, then
the rage is gone, and then
then you just die in 2 seconds. The good news though for this Lifestealer is he's gonna have a good game against like the other 3 heroes.
Yeah,
especially Tiny.
I mean, these are
the toss back.
2 of the best drafters. I really like Fly's drafts overall. I think they're really consistent. I think it's cool too that they just like proving. We thought that the Lifestealer was likely, but we just didn't think it was a no-tail hero, but they took it anyways.
Plot position fine. It's not just Fly drafting either now. Of course, down there.
I like the quad pick
Mads in there.
Yeah.
It's very evasive. It's gonna be hard for Lifestealer to kill it. They have some disables, not that many. It's gonna be very good at just killing Chen. Chen's gonna have deaths this game for sure.
Yep. Storm part 2. Let's go.
10 seconds remaining.
It's Storm game. It's very interesting. It's like both.
We would
teams,
love this game as a Storm, wouldn't we?
I mean,
both
teams like they have like identical drafts. Like look at their drafts. They're both very like they have same weaknesses, same cores, kind of. Physical cores, evasive, damage dealing mids.
How's your Oracle looking there, Fogged?
I said Oracle because
it made sense at the time,
I mean, there's a couple reasons. It's also because there wasn't really that many 5 heroes left. So I think that's what they're kind of looking at too. They kind of got left with that one. Not looking great because there's 2 ways to catch him now with the Bat Rider and the Storm.
Yep, tough game. Kevin, which way is this going?
I think I like the OG draft better.
Okay, Storm rounded that out nicely for you.
Yeah, I like the Chen as well. And
okay. All right. Well,
I think I'm gonna go with Squid, but really reluctantly.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. Slightly concerned pick from Will.
5 seconds remaining.
I think I like OG's draft better, but after the performance from Liquid yesterday, I think they.
Okay. Very interesting draft, it has to be said, from both teams, which has left our panel a little mixed. Let's find out from our commentary team what their thoughts are. Gents, what did you make of that? That was a fun draft.
It was. You guys got it pretty much bang on for the most part. Very impressed by the analysis from you guys.
Yeah. Good job, boys.
Good job over there.
Good job over there. Yeah. Good job to you guys
Paul.
now. Yes, Cap.
You know I love you, right?
Yes.
You checked in on the game on the second stream. Not looking good for LGD right now.
I did.
They immediately won.
Did they really?
They literally won. We were in the second
pick. You see,
we were in the second pick of the draft, and LGD had already won.
Cap, you know how powerful the commentator's curse is.
Now you've got the host curse.
Take it away, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, this should be, it's an exciting series. It absolutely is. OG versus Liquid. I'm ready for this one, Cap. We are having an Oracle making its debut appearance here. A hero that, as the panel sort of said, this is not a hero that's well respected at the moment. This hero is considered very hard to play. But if anyone's going to be able to show us how to do it, it is going to be Kuro. He grabs it here for Liquid. Do you think he can do it this game?
I mean, we were talking about it in the draft, right? We were bang on when it came to our analysis as well, right? We called Lifestealer, and I think OG knew the Lifestealer was coming as well. It's such a good Lifestealer game. I think they picked up the Oracle, knowing that it's good versus some of these heroes. Oh,
got the hold down bottom.
Right? He's got Rage.
He's got Rage if he wants to. At the moment, he's holding the skill point. Keeps it cool. He knows he can walk it off. Coming back to sort of eye them up here, but there is the full 5-mana Liquid. So has to be a little careful of this.
Listen, Big Daddy doesn't panic.
30 seconds to battle.
Saving that point for the lane.
So looking at this draft, right, you do have, like, it's a really good Lifestealer game. They have 2 different bombs with the Bat Rider as well as the Storm Spirit. The Storm should have a pretty good game as well, but Liquid's lineup does have these opportunities where they can deal with the initiation pretty well. With the, like, their cores are kind of hard to kill. The Storm's going to have a hard time actually being able to output enough damage. They have an Oracle to be able to protect some of these heroes against the Lifestealers. Direct single target damage as well. On top of the initiation of the Bat Rider, that can be countered as well. I think Liquid's lineup is looking like it's going to take maybe some early steam off the laning phase, but it may fall back as soon as we start getting these Lifestealer bombs online. Once this Blink Dagger comes up with the Bat Rider and Storm Spirit starts feeling enough farm that he can start participating in the game a little bit more, it'll definitely be a little bit more of a back and forth.
We'll see both offlanes getting pulled around here by either side. Sure.
Our mid matchup, Quap versus the Storm Spirit with a really good body block. Miracle's getting nice control over the lane already. We're going to have supports roaming pretty heavily on both sides, right? Like Blitz talked about how they want to be able to roam on the side of Liquid, but OG's supports are actually a little bit better at being able to roam thanks to the Chen and the Rubik setup at times.
For the moment, Rezo, a slight lead here.
The biggest thing for Liquid is that they want to be able to pressure this bottom lane and enable mind control with the help of the ET, and they're just going to run and fly over and over and over again.
N0tail trying to do his best to keep mind control on GH off them, but look at GH just diving in. They will turn. They've got the point in the open wound, slowing down GH, taking a lot of tower hits as well, and that'll be first blood for N0tail. As you said, Liquid wanting to put on this pressure, but taking it a step too far there.
Yeah, the Lifestealer matches up really well against the Elder Titan because you just cannot challenge the Lifestealer whatsoever, and you're going to see that in this lane where neither the Tiny nor the ET feels comfortable going for that hero a lot of times. He has racked up a lot of his damage, but they don't have a hard camp stack yet, and that, I think, could be the thing that tilts this lane into the favor of Liquid, if at all possible, is if he stacks the hard camp and gets the big increase for all those spirits.
Tor on the top lane, trying to play as aggressive as he can, and he is keeping up on par with the CS of that safe lane Lycan. Down bottom, drag away, there's Fly, will make sure he secures himself the bounty ring away from GH. GH will give him a little bit of rundown and a couple of snaps with a big old stapler. Fine. Still, that mid lane, as we can see, this Storm, Resolution, he's having a great time in this 1v1. 12 for 1 against the 4 for 2. Is it sort of expected for the CS to go that favorite for the Storm?
No, definitely not, because when it comes to Nyze at least, you've got even damage. The Storm Spirit has a slight attack damage increase from the overload, but it really shouldn't be this one favored, especially with the little bit of help that Miracle got from the start.
This is, I mean, as the panel said, you know, Blitz was saying you need Rezo to be sort of that superstar hero, and so far the first few creep waves, he's pulling out all the big stops this game. 16 for 1 against Miracle, 7 for 2.
That being said, Owen, the matchup against most Quaps is not necessarily about CS. The Quap really comes online in most matchups against where you're going to see it against SF, against the Storm Spirit. On level 3, when you have level 2 Shadow Strike, you're more about harassing the enemy hero and forcing him out of lane than necessarily trying to outmatch him when it comes.
Lane S4, getting gone on a bit here by Matsumaman. He's trying to man up against this bat. With the Reckless and Kuro, they'll bring him down low. Now they'll turn their attention towards Jarex, but in fact S4 is alving up, claritying up as well. He's looking for the play around instead as he chases down Kuro. Kuro will be able to get himself back underneath tower. Matsumaman does manage to get himself back up to full health for the south. So
Kuro has to just play pretty far back because he's the person there to be able to throw Fortune's End on Matumba Man when he gets too many sticky napalm stacks and S4 goes for the Firefly. That being said, it's purely a defensive measure. They have nothing really to stop S4 from getting some free farming.
Created. So it will benefit GH if you can get that right click up with the spirits. Once again, they fly, making sure the GH doesn't get the rune. May cost his life though. The GH does get the sleep stomp off. Quite close the gap. One more slap will do it. He has still got plus 15 at the moment. Might need a couple actually with that in mind as the damage has gone down a little bit. Still chasing. Fly. Distance. Slams him down with the spirit. 1 for 1 now.
Asking right now that boundary. Oh, they're gonna go straight for Kuro here, and I think
S4 pops the mango. He's diving in, will be held back momentarily. S4.
Oh, they blew Fortune's End, so they're gonna go for the Lycan. He has to TP up, but they use way too many stacks.
That's smart from OG there. They may even get more out of this. GH, he completes the TP through. He does have to stomp, but Jax keeps his distance. Will allow him to continue to right-click into GH. S4 back off. It gets one more sticky napalm stack off. There's a third. They've got the blast coming in. He needs one more right-click, but Jax can't quite close the gap. GH will survive. And indeed, getting Matumba Man out of the lane, that's the kill that OG hope for, and they'll get it.
That was a really cool outplay. Pressure Kuro, make him feel like he has to use Fortune's End on himself. He had already, before like they started going for that dive, he already had 6 stacks. Obviously, with 8 or 9 there, Lycan just dies so quickly.
Pressure high. Got the medallion done now, so potent sort of right-click focus from him, and S4 is going to be even greater in this lane. Miracle mind control. They'll shrine themselves up. Miracle gets back towards the lane. It's looking to be, as you said, once the levels are there for Miracle, he is starting to close that gap. As you can see, Rezo now and then heading towards the jungle camps, as there is that definite kill potential for.
The best thing I think about this Lifestealer pickup, well, there's many things, but this laning phase, against an ET, you don't really have a whole lot of roaming power, nor do you have like a saving mechanism for a core. You can't just TP in and save somebody if they're being doped. So he has to be able to, like most ETs, they're going to entirely focus on winning that off lane for your off laner, but we've already talked about how they just can't do that. So this ET is going to look totally lost in this laning phase. DH won't really know where to go.
And I think, would you say, in comparison for sort of the viewers at home, obviously watching that last Lifestealer game we saw from Arteezy, this isn't as good as a Lifestealer in that situation?
No, certainly not. Just because you have a Clop on the enemy team, you can't do much about. Lycan deals really well with Lifestealer as well.
So. Trying to man up here onto mind control, but he hasn't really quite got the damage to do so. Will infest the creep, has to jump himself straight out though. GH and mind control. Look for the control. Sleep won't quite connect on him, but the sandbag, they should be able to save him indeed. Jarek's there with the play. Easy save from the Chen. Pops the medallion on him, has the send back. It's obviously the great usage of having that medallion early as well. That extra bit of defensive potential to get your cores out of danger.
Matumba Man just feeling so forced out of lane. He's actually the one getting out bounty runes now. Fortunately, they wanted to be able to get Lycan to like level 5, preferably like level 7 before he's forced to jungle, but Lycan is a great jungler. So he will be able to get some recovery off of that, even if it's traditional.
With his army, just keeps spotting out Matumba though, tries to force him away from each and every camp, making sure that he can't find sort of that safety that he hoped for in the jungle.
Quite the Fortune's End, so S4 is free to get aggressive on Kuro now.
Yeah, you're right. Just a bit of a misuse of the spell, I should say. He's had to use it, well, he felt he had to use it defensively, so he's in a little bit of trouble. Does have backup. And okay, with the numbers, they will be fine. Liquid bring 4 heroes up here to surround and take down S4, even expanding the Sonic Wave, as Kuro says, you better not let me die here.
It was all a bait, though.
Works
out. All a bait.
But it's quite a large commitment of resources from Liquid.
Yeah, certainly. It's like we already saw the ET had to TP up there once. Now the ET goes up there again, this time with the Clop. The important thing is S4 is drawing attention up to that top lane, freeing Resolution to be able to get farm in mid, and the Lifestealer's fine. Oh, Jesus, GH. He's trying a little bit too hard. He TP'd into this mid lane, and Resolution's just going to go for the kill.
He is. Can he get out there? That's the question. Kuro is looking for the hold. Rezo will be able to dodge it here, and in fact, the heal end up helping him out. So Rezo able to get in and get out. Indeed, underneath the noses of those 3 heroes of Liquid coming forward to try and group together.
You very rarely see GH make those kind of mistakes, but again, it just comes down to the fact that he feels a bit lost in it. Struggling to be able to find location.
We can see on the CS farm just that little bit greater here for OG in the comparative roles. The mid lane 50 CS for Storm compared to the 40. In the safe lane, Notel 52 compared to the 37. And bottom lane, Notel getting aggressive here, biting into both mind control and GH. The rage will wear off. The mana a little low on mind control. And Notel will be fine. This Lifestealer getting away with a lot on this bottom lane.
Yeah, pretty much the Bat Rider and the Lifestealer in a similar situation where they know they can win their lanes, they can be super aggressive, and they both have some failsafe. So this is all good for Resolution, but we've built this up before, Owen. We built this up in OG games where we're saying, hey, Resolution's getting all this free space because of the way OG is playing. Can he actually carry out the game for them? And, we've always seen that Resolution in the past has been able to do that for teams, but at this tournament,
Dire's structures are fortified.
Once again, S4. Just his sole sort of purpose this game is making sure that Matuma Man is kept behind. Making sure that no space of this map is really safe for Matuma Man to farm, and Matuma Man has to bring him back a few stunts. He's got GH around him, making sure that S4 can't continue to bully him. Mid lane Miracle making a bit of a go on to fly. Looks to lead forward, Kuro does get the hold off, but it's not quite enough. S4's TP'd in, so looking to close the gap. As the lasso, do they have enough control though? They drag back. The Quap still blinked out in time from Miracle, but it cost Kuro his life. Kuro's in too deep. Sleep comes out, but Zip ball from Rezo still looking to fight. They have got a fair few stacks onto Miracle. Rezo low on the mana though, and with mind control's wraparound, Rezo's going to pay with his life. An overplay there from the Storm as Rezo does sort of outplay him himself, zipping it into 3. And these are the sort of issues that we've seen in previous OG games that can sort of, you know, have Rezo push himself back.
I mean, just look at the CS right now. The Storm Spirit is 61-3. He's top of the board, and then he just gives away a kill to Liquid, thinking that he could get aggressive in that maneuver. Again, it's those kind of mistakes that we've seen from Resolution in so far, and OG can ill afford more mistakes like that. That being said, Liquid are doing the right thing with their laning phase going so disastrously. They are grouping up a bit, trying to just bring a numbers game into that mid lane. It's not very well for them. Might lose S4 as well.
Go down bottom, Notel also trying to make a go onto mind control with the proceeds of the Chen. Mind control getting incredibly low. Has the toss up, and in fact he's going to be safe. Kuro's there with the backup just in time. The sleep into the avalanche, down onto the Lifestealer. Notel. It's very tanky, of course, with that treads. Either one on this Lifestealer, so he'll keep himself back. Mid lane again, Rezo pulls it forward onto Miracle. He does have Fly in the neighborhood, but Fly can't quite close the gap for the telekinesis. Miracle's fine. OG getting close to being able to bring down this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they've already taken the Liquid safe lane power as well, and Resolution is even getting some pot shots on the mid tower. So this could be Liquid losing a lot of map control fast, which is real bad for them because they've got 3 cores who all kind of need some farm, especially the Lycan, who's still trying to recover off of his jungle.
5k net worth on Notel. The build as well this game, opting for the Radiance Lifestealer that we are seeing more and more. Do you like the choice of going for the Radiance this game? Any specific reason why it's a good one this time around?
It's not really a battle theory game, and yeah, I think Radiance has been a pretty acceptable item choice for these Lifestealers. Whenever I watch it, I'm not sure what exactly it is about it, but it just feels like it is such a powerful peak around that like 18 to 20 minute mark where a Lifestealer is already powerful, but then you just own team fights as well.
Yeah, I guess it's just the fact that, I mean, even if you're getting gone on, as long as you can get the rage off, you're never a hero that's going to die very quickly. You're going to be able to survive long enough for the Radiance burn in the fights to pay off. And of course, Lifestealer, one of those heroes that sort of struggles to flash farm. The Radiance certainly helps.
Look at this push from Liquid. This is really nice. Trying to match this push from the bottom lane in OG. The mid tower much more important in these games, so it's a very good trade-off for Liquid.
Towards mind control. The slow off, but not looking to close the gap. So nothing more than just a tower for tower trade between the sides. 4 for 4. A slight lead.
Oh, they're actually going to try and cut off these heroes in the bottom lane as they come back from pushing that tower.
Notel would be the big one to find. Matuma Man popping the shapeshifter. Looking to set up with the Earth Split. This is perfect control there. With the Centaur indeed. Setting up for the splitter to connect. That was a huge pickoff for Liquid.
Look at this. You can't actually bring your creeps back if you're the Chen against the Oracle. He tries to pull him back, but it just Fortune's End. It hits two of the creeps. And good luck trying. Oh, they're actually going to play this fast, and they're just going to go for more kills on OG. They walked themselves to bottom lane and were able to still TP into the mid lane and catch more heroes.
There's some fast-paced plays that put a pilling out to start to step with the tempo. I mean, we were, what, 30 minutes in, it was just 4-4. Very sort of low kills game, but now we're looking to set things up, get that money as he closes in on Orchid. Worth on this.
So the tempo is swinging back into the favor of Liquid for now, but we're just about to pick up that Blink Dagger. The Bat Rider that changes so much of the game because now Liquid, they've already played grouped up, but they have to continue to do so. They have to play this kind of 4-man crew and give the space to the Lycan to farm. Otherwise, they start splitting apart. They're just going to get picked off constantly by Bat.
They have to be careful, though, because in the past, there was a reason why there was a lot of times whenever Bat would be picked, Oracle would be taken out. Kuro's there, the save's going to be there each and every time, and the Bat players are sort of rendered useless. So we'll see how well and prepared Liquid are with this Oracle to react to any sort of jump from S4.
They do go for a 2-man smoke here between Jerix and S4, but they're just positioning themselves to be able to pincer on mid, thinking someone would defend that. But Liquid are not attempting to defend these towers right now. They're gladly going to trade 1-for-1 because they don't feel they're stronger.
He's coming in. Are looking towards Rezo. Rezo does have No-Tail inside. They go straight away on GH, but they're incredibly deep indeed underneath the tier 2 tower. No-Tail trying to finish off GH, will get the kill. S4 also moving in. Miracle eyeing things up from the side. Looks at Resolution. Resolution now very low on mana. He's in trouble. The Sonic Wave comes out onto 2. Resolution, the attempted sendback was there, but he dies too soon. S4 will be able to TP out. Jerix as well will escape. So OG, they dive in deep, but they don't get the tier 1 tower. And they lose Resolution, but only a support kill. Again, this sort of over-aggressions from OG, it's not great. They've got to hold back from these sort of bullish plays.
I think they're really overestimating the Storm Spirit's damage. They did that last time in their match against Mineski with the Storm Spirit. They overestimated the amount of damage for them. And he just failed to be able to get those fast kills time and time again. It was a cool fight from Miracle's perspective because he was just sitting on the high ground. He was just waiting. He was looking at Resolution's mana. He was like, yes, good. Use more. Chase deeper for the Elder Titan. As soon as he's low, all right, time to go for him.
Dire's middle tower is under
Kills like that house. That Orchid looking, very close, about 300 gold away from the Orchid on.
Bat Rider's dead if they get the Fortune's End, and they do.
Quid. 5 now. So this Orchid is going to be there way before any sort of defensive item on the Storm Spirit. Ultimate Man facing down Fly with the summons, and of course will come out. Will be enough to keep Fly alive. Rezo trying for the plays, dips in onto Matumba, but as we're seeing, it's just the damage isn't there. Resolution, he's now got a bit of a problem of his own. He comes out. Don't have vision though, so they will not try and proceed for it. The invis will keep Resolution safe, but as we're seeing, he's got to be careful. In that situation, if he didn't have the invis, he probably would have died again. Runs it forward here, mind control. With the blink, actually juking in. OG bringing in massive members. The Ursula, they're not going to catch onto anyone, so this time it's mind control overstepping the mark. They put the lasso, dragging back Kuro. Kuro into the center of it all. OG will find 2. They hit back.
At least they got the offlane tower there for Liquid, and they lost some side heroes, right? They lost Oracle, they lost Tiny, but Matumba Man was still farming during that time, so Operation Create Space from Matumba Man is still a go for Liquid. Very rarely can I hear that phrase, but usually Matumba Man's the one who's supposed to take all this, but they felt like the Lycan just got too shut out in the laning phase, and he's got to get at least Necrobook 3. After all, the Lycan is a very effective hero for this game. The Necrobook 3, he has a threat against the Storm Spirit with the Mana Burn, and he's very strong versus the Lifestealer. Get him to that fighting point, otherwise, just gonna get run over by the Bat Rider Lifestealer initiation. I said that last time, though, and we saw the way that OG, their eyes a little bit too big for their stomachs, tried to go for some.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Towards mid here. OG sweep around, they have got fantastic ward coverage over the jungle of the very deep observer ward, so they'll have full eyes on any sort of arming movement. Still having the range of a couple of wards in their own jungle as well, so the map vision from OG is excellent.
Top tower is under attack.
Best for Liquid just to kind of play in their own jungle. They're actually going back here.
Control comes in with the combo onto No-Tail, quick rage and a run away as he looks to escape. They're looking to try and catch someone out with the Astral. Drake will get thrown down for the low ground, but here's Miracle with that Orchid complete. Straight on top of this Lifestealer, throws down the Sonic Wave, leaving no chance for No-Tail to get himself out of that one. In time, Matuma chasing S4 with the summons. Resolution is there with a Vortex to grab Matuma temporarily back, but he, with that move speed, will be able to get himself back out. Doesn't quite get the kill. Miracle does jump in forward. They do have that silence once again onto the Storm Spirit, but he's getting sent back. Just in case, Jarex sends him out of there. Miracle has eyes towards Jarex, but OG should be fine here. At least the rest of them, if they back themselves away, but they are without no time. I say that though, Mind Control comes in with the blink. Rezo looking to go forward, but they've lost Fly. The silence again for Miracle is out onto the Storm Spirit. S4's jumped and they have found the kill onto Mind Control. Resolution going in once again, looks towards Matuma. Matuma Man, is he going to go? The false promise from Kuro, buying time for Matuma Man to successfully TP out. Kuro will be surrounded and he will pay with his life, but he saves Matuma Man.
You can definitely see OG was caught off guard there with the initial part where the Lifestealer gets caught. He didn't have Infest. They actually just assumed that Liquid was going to be playing in the Radiant jungle, a safer part, just to be able to play around, kind of pressure that tier 2. They didn't expect the rotation back. Ends up turning the game a bit messy as we go from that one kill, then the chase over into the Radiant side. Ends up being kind of okay for OG in the end, but I'm just concerned that I feel like they should be able to expect a lot more from their combination and their pickup potential, but they're just not getting those openings.
Look at this save. Literally the last fraction. That could not have come a moment sooner from Kuro. That save there.
Oh, we're immediately going to jump into the Storms here. Grabbing onto Kuro, tries to go forward, but he's already been sent back by the Chen. So he's just a little bit of disruption, allowing Jarex to go.
Still very close game between these two sides. 20 minutes in, 9-10, exactly what we had hoped to see from these two European Titans.
So because of the build that Storm Spirits are going right now with the early Kaya, the Queen of Pain is way more effective with the early Orchid build that we're seeing right now.
Tempted down bottom, but S4's there with Rezo. So that will sort of put Miracle off going straight for the kill on Storm. If S4 backs up a little bit, he has Sonic Wave back up in a couple of seconds. Could certainly try for some sort of play here, Miracle. Keeping his eyes on S4. Opens up with the dagger and the Orchid. Sonic Wave blocked down as well. There's a zip forward from Resolution, but backup's there. Kuro's in there as well, so Resolution just has to zip himself back to safety. We get that free pick off.
Lycan seeing if he can catch some more. It's going to run into Fly here. Steal the Howl will make him a little bit tankier, but not tanky enough to survive through that, that's for sure.
Go for Rush. The pings that are being made. Two heroes down on OG, the Bat being the biggest one of them in terms of disrupting the Roche attempt. They'll move it. The only sort of opportunity here from OG would be if Resolution wants to make a play, but he looks like he may be just that little too far away to get there in time. This should be a free Roshan for Liquid.
You know, and I'm just not sure if Storm Spirit is really that strong of a hero for this current meta and the way that we're playing. So 4 and 5-man constantly, the way everybody's pretty tanky in these games as well. It was the same problem that happened with Mineski, is that Mineski was always grouped up around each other and the Storm Spirit never found easy openings for those pickoffs that we normally see. It starts building up the Bloodstone charges and all that jazz. It's just not the same patch of older Storm Spirit.
Absolutely, I think, you know, sort of in the past, it was very much sort of when you were looking at the drafts, it was like Delacca Disable. This could be a free Storm Spirit game, but as we're seeing now, teams, they just ignore it. And so he's going to make sure to do his best to not be ignored. He'll go straight in onto Matuma Man, bringing in No-Tail as well. Kuro's there with a false promise. They come out with the silence straight away. They're onto the Storm. S4 has the lasso. Resolution's still going to fall low. Liquid get one. They're going to get No-Tail. They're going to get S4 as well. And I think we are seeing... Oh my goodness, the saves from Kuro each and every time. This man's Oracle in a meta, as we've been saying, where most teams do not want to play it. He's there with the saves on his core. And again, we're sort of seeing this issue. They come in with the Storm, but they end up losing 3 OG. They just can't get the kills with it. Resolution is back up straight away. Has got that reduced respawn time, but that's because he just picked up his Bloodstone before that fight. So straight away, losing charges.
He knows that this push was coming down to the bottom lane. What he wanted to do was clean up the creeps and have backdoor protection up. So got there. Unfortunately, not the case. They lose. Result. This has to TP back. 3.5 minutes for that Aegis. We're going to have a Linken's picked up soon for the Pop as well.
This is starting to get fine out of control.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So a lot of people are going to be happy to see that Liquid can pull something out like the Oracle in this day and age and really make it work.
And you heard the panel, I think 2 of them actually went for Liquid, but said that they liked OG's draft more. And I would actually, well, I thought OG's a bit stronger, but the execution is very clearly wanting on the side of OG, and Liquid are playing very well again.
Pull up top. Seeing if he finds an opportunity to close the gap. He's got that Orchid. Solution has to play careful, keeping himself hidden in the trees. If he shows, Miracle will be in there with the Sonic Wave. Rezo is aware, and Rezo will be the more patient of the 2, so Resolution will be fine. Then the rest of Liquid just grouping up, protecting Matsumaman, and as we can see as well, the way that they played, Matsumaman's absolutely back in the game. He's up there at the top, second, just behind Miracle in net worth. They have played the game perfectly around the Lycan, who did suffer a little bit at the start because of S4's strong laning. The overall game plan is really coming together for Liquid, and it just seems a little bit broken from OG's lineup.
Liquid really want a blink toss back here, and some unsuspecting hero of OG.
S4. Careful, Rezo. Does have no tail inside him. Big Im's coming out for Liquid though. Mind control with the S and Y completed Lincoln Sphere. Now, on the way to Miracle.
Middle tower has fallen.
Quite find the grab, but they do find the tower. S4 is going to try and go for this. If he does, it's going to be countered, and Mind Control tries to go with the blink. Blink reactions from S4 will keep him safe. Matsumaman off with the shapeshift. They've got the silence out again. The force will keep Rezo safe. Gets him out of the Sonic Wave. Matsumaman still trying to chase forward. Miracle jumps in onto Jerax. No tail trying to turn and fight. The false promise is there onto Miracle, keeping Miracle safe, allowing him to blink forward, finish off No Tail. The setup's there. Double kill for Matsumaman. Liquid keeping the pressure up. The false promise and heals, bringing Miracle back up to full health. Now they're jumping again. Mind Control gets the avalanche. The toss back onto S4. Resolution dipping into the midst of it all. Bringing Mind Control and Miracle down very low. The stick charge to the pop. There's the save again from Kuro onto Mind Control, keeping the tiny save. Miracle will blink back. Now the lasso comes through. They do grab Mind Control back. They lift him up into the air. Surely Mind Control falls here. No, the save again. Kuro and the smoke. Liquid disengage. They get out of there. They did lose Matsumaman off the back of it, but still the overall trade's continuing to go Liquid's way. And honestly, we keep saying it, but Kuro, he's showing off on the Oracle this game.
Yeah, he certainly is. It's looking like, despite what the panel said, and everyone's kind of agreed, Oracle's kind of a bad hero right now. It looks like a great one when Kuro's playing it, particularly in this matchup against Bat Rider. All in all, I think Liquid just like continue to play this way, right? Like they've stuck around each other playing format. Even now, like the heroes are just coming back up inside OG. They're still playing together.
He's been spotted. They've got the ward upon him. They'll try and hold them back, but the sleep controls him. Top lane, Jerax as well in trouble. Miracle's found him out. He's trying to juke this out, but he cannot survive this. They've lost 2 on OG. They're being pulled apart in multiple lanes. Resolution
out of mana.
Here's Mind Control. Looks for the avalanche onto S4. S4 forces back, but the sleep controls him. They've got the hold as well with the root from Kuro holding down No Tail. No Tail surrounded by the 4-man of Liquid. He'll pop the rage, trying to get out of it. They will have the blink back up, and once the rage finishes, Mind Control will be sure to close the gap. He tosses in Miracle. Double kill for Mind Control. This game has gone so downhill so quickly for OG. A 10k lead, as you can see on that net worth graph, just falling off absolutely massively. I don't know if they can come back in this one, Cap. It's going to be so hard with the heroes that they have and with the way that Liquid's just playing.
Yeah, we saw like the kill up at top lane, but at the same time, the initiation that happened at bottom lane, we're seeing a big issue for the Storm Spirit is that he can't really jump and kill any of these heroes because of the Oracle, but at the same time, he also can't jump the Oracle if Kuro's just playing well enough. He actually tried to jump Oracle, but midway through the zap, Kuro knew. He's like, oh, I hear that zap. I know he's coming for me. He goes ahead and pops the ultimate on himself. So Storm Spirit is still denied that critical factor, which is being able to jump in and kill one hero and make it a 4 versus 5. Pretty much no matter who he goes on, the Oracle always has a play to be able to stop that advantage.
Like a Miracle now with his high build. More items to sort of help screw over the Storm Spirit. He's got a Shadow Blade coming out to him, so even easier for him to get that sort of surprise catch into the silence. That's going to cause a lot of issues for Rezo. Rezo, oh, he does have the Yule Scepter now, so he has got a bit of sort of safety in that sense. But if there's a couple of heroes from Liquid, Rezo has to be incredibly careful.
Dire's top
Liquid
tower is
picking up
under
down mid
attack.
once again. They're smoked up for a catch before attempting to push into the base. But Tumberman, the only one showing. S4 on fly, did shove out the bottom lane a bit, but immediately TP out of there.
Dire's top
Yeah, unfortunately,
tower
the
is under
wolf that they
attack.
had scouting the lifestealer, I think, got spotted by the tower.
Are
So
scanning.
Big Daddy No Tail kind of had a heads up.
Dire's
He
top
could be the
tower
target.
is
He
falling.
backed up. The rest did bottom lane TP, so Liquid just have to go for the brute force push now.
Yep, straight up with the army. They melt through this tier 3 tower. Where is the D push from OG? The fortification comes out. By some time, a safety for the side of OG, but the Tumberman, you can see, he still wants to get deep and involved. Try and throw almost slow out onto him here, but it's not enough. Tier 3 tower will fall. Liquid get what they came for with that first bit of an attempt to push. Now GH will get dragged back. OG, can they get at least naked out of this? No, because Kuro's there with a save, but they'll jump straight onto Kuro as soon as that comes out. The Earth Splitter does connect onto 2. Resolution has to be careful, starting to fall down. Mana will get sent back in time. But he does get the double kill before he returns home. Sonic Wave from Miracle flies down to fly. He'll lose the Rubik. The Resolution looking to come back in. He's trying to step it up, pull out the big plays. Can he get more out of this? Just get the control onto Tumberman. Rezo following up, playing around. They're going to be able to get Matumba as well. Resolution stepping it up when it's needed. They get the triple kill. We saw that fight. Kuro pops the save down onto GH. Immediately Rezo goes for Kuroki.
Oh, and all that was, I was just screaming inside my head, no, just let him die. Because I don't think Liquid needed to be able to re-engage there. They could lose the Elder Titan. That was a risky engagement for sure. Liquid has played around each other throughout this whole entire game, but here I think they took a step too far in trying to be able to, because the moment they use the Oracle ultimate on an Elder Titan at that, they just leave themselves wide open to the initiation of the Storm Spirit Lifestealer. He jumps in, they instantly kill the Oracle, and they're right in the middle of all these Liquid heroes, and they don't have a saving grace for the single target focus of OG. On top of that, they're near their base, so OG can always play for the Chen sent back on the Storm, and he could zip right back in with full mana.
Miracle. He has found himself a freebie on the side though, but Rezo is going to be there to back him up, draining away with the Vortex. Miracle's going to get taken down. Resolution.
Getting that worse. Liquid.
Oh no, this man, he is beginning to answer the haters. He's stepping up the Storm play. Middle lane, S4 gets the grab on mind control. Status resistance though.
Don't grab a Tiny. Don't grab a Tiny.
Tiny is fine, but all eyes on Rez, honestly. He's trying his best to be the superstar his team needs, and those last couple of minutes, they are definitely opening the game back up for OG. They're managing to close that lead that Liquid had.
A little bit of RNG loss there for OG. They got such a critical pickoff on that Queen of Pain, and they're around the Roshan pit already. Unfortunately, Roshan just doesn't spawn. Won't be spawning. Liquid will be up as 5 to be able to defend. So, unfortunate, but if they can get another pickoff like that, in fact, they're going to get some big upgrades. They're looking at that Chen Aghanim Scepter pretty soon. The Shivas is a huge one for Resolution. He can be able to deal with the physical damage coming out from these heroes a lot better. And a nice AoE to be able to find the Oracle as well.
Shen's up there. And I'm thinking about it, but it's very hard to do, as you say, when Liquid are up in the full lineup. You almost certainly have to find pickoffs before attempting to go into the pit. Fantastic team fight potential from Liquid around that area. The Elder Titan on their lineup.
So mind controls. It's interesting. We saw a similar build from Big Daddy No Tail when he went on Monkey King. He went the double defense items, and when they needed him to have damage, I think he just felt that Daedalus is the most effective pick for him. Crystals especially was really damage here, obviously.
G. Top Liquid do have the high ground though. S4 quick reactions, blinks out. TP away as well. They see the shapeshift pop. They want to get out of there. S4 tries to slide to the side, but the silence is there from Miracle. They'll lose the back. So zipping from Rezo. They're actually looking to try and fight this here. Rezo and Notel goes straight out to GH from the low ground. KATOWICE goes for the false promise, but Rezo immediately realizes that. Zips down onto KATOWICE. Rezo a little low on mana will be held back. The bat will die. That's going to be a dieback here for S4. Resolution will use the Bloodstone Suicide. They've lost 3 on OG. Notel and Fly, the last 2 remaining survivors. OG may have gone in a little too heavy around this fight, around the shrine, as a triple kill comes through from Miracle. Everyone being kept alive on Liquid. The play that had worked before from OG didn't work that time. Rezo trying to go for Kuro, but when he's not sort of got the full tank of mana, Kuro's going to have a chance to react, and nobody's dying on Liquid. They brought back on S4 to try and commit for that. That's a huge loss for OG.
That was like a desperation buyback and a forcing of a fight that I think was, again, kind of unnecessary. We had a very similar situation, right? ET is saved by the Oracle off of False Promise, but the difference is this time it was the combination. It was the Storm Zip and the Lifestealer pop out that the False Promise prevented, and then in turn Storm Spirit by himself tries to go for the Oracle without the Lifestealer, bailing on him right on top of a bunch of heroes, one of which is the Lycan, who was just able to kind of man fight him, beat him down with extra physical damage, and force him into infesting into one of the Lycan creeps. So it's a dramatic difference, all based on the initiation and who the Storm Spirit Lifestealer are able to make their first go.
Without that Orchid, there's just not great solo kill potential on Rezo, and he is working towards it now. Once he has the Orchid online, absolutely. Get yourself towards Kuro. It can definitely get that solo pick off in the midst of the fights, but until that point, as you say, can't go for it on his own.
And we could actually have a very important pickup here for Miracle. Level 25. Fear. Do a lot.
Haste.
Really spoil the Bat Rider Storm Spirit's initiation. Maybe screw up the Lifestealer as well.
Evolution down. Playing around, but look at this mind control. TP's in, finds the cutoff. They've got the control into the stomp. They're holding this man down. He still has some mana left to zip out. Fly's there to back him up. They've got to get the storm out of there, and with the final zip and TP, he will manage to escape. Same time, though, top lane, Matsuma Man pushing him with the shapeshift. Notel TP's in. Miracle's there, though, to back up the big bad wall. On the side of it, they do catch Rubik. Fly will be punished on his attempt to retreat out. Silence onto this bat. Jump forward from Miracle. Wants to get the kill, but this is Miracle getting aggressive. He does have the Aegis. They'll take him down once. He needs the rest of his team to turn up, and Liquid, they are on the way. And OG know, they're backing up. They know that they can't really kill Miracle a second time unless he oversteps the mark. He looks towards S4. S4 will get sent back in time. The Handle God heal helping him, but mind control's there with the stun onto Jerax. They come in with the backline play, take down the Chen. Liquid, they may not have got the cores, but they get the 2 supports and they keep themselves alive so they can keep this push going.
And Chen is such an important key piece here to the Storm Spirit and how aggressive he can play.
They're going to buy back a flight. Rezo zips in, zips out. BKB's popped by Matsuma as he man fights up against Notel. They do manage to get the grab onto Kuro. It is the crucial one. They take down the Oracle. He's removed from this lineup of Liquid. Now can OG get more? The slow onto Mind Control. Mind Control pops the cheese back up to full health. Rezo zipping back, prioritizing this tiny kill, and they'll get it. Now they need more. Matsuma Man getting chased down as well. GH going for the sleep stomp, but it's not going to catch OG. They could keep chasing. Double kill for Notel as they find themselves the Lycan as well. GH also having the gap closed upon him. Resolution gets the slow off. Is it enough? GH's a little too speedy, slides himself away, has the Yule Scepter, and he's also got the backup of Miracle. Miracle, no Sonic Wave though. So unlikely he can go for big plays, he can go for the little ones though. Fly on the back line, is he going to tick down to the Soul Burn? He will. Miracle gets the kill, gets out. GH did manage to successfully retreat back to base.
Yeah, he got a great stomp off on the Resolution Storm Spirit. He read that there was going to be a ball lightning jump. That stomp managed to save his life and maybe save a big push from OG. They're going to feel a lot less comfortable with both Miracle and that Elder Titan on the map, so instead they should probably just be focusing on pushing out some of these lanes. From here, I mean, OG, they're left with 2 buybacks down right now, but I don't think they can look away from Liquid. I think they really still have to take these fights head on. I think they have to be aggressive. They have to be the ones initiating into the side of Liquid. They need desperately to be able to find a way to be able to stop the Oracle from getting off this false promise in every single one of these team fights, because that initial burst is so key.
I think we are seeing, though, impressive plays from OG, considering that they are behind. This is the second time they've sort of managed to upset the momentum, the flow that Liquid's got going. Have been able to begin to turn it around. Last time it did get shut back down. See if Liquid can do the same this time, as they are still in the lead. Those little swings giving OG the confidence. Resolution still top net worth. If he can continue to make the big plays on this Storm, this really could be the star-stopping game that Resolution needs to provide to show people how damn good this boy can be on this land.
Yeah, both teams are trying to play so fast that oftentimes they're taking these engagements without critical abilities being off cooldown. And that last one, it was Lycan's Shapeshift. That was on cooldown until, like, it was pretty much after the initiation had already happened from OG, and the Lycan's trying to run himself away, and I'm looking at him, he's got 5 seconds till Shapeshift. By the time it was up, the fight was already over, and it was just a question of how many heroes OG could actually crit.
That should help.
Who they're going to catch? They've got the ward down straight away with a zip. Resolution goes forward on Miracle, but Miracle's got the Shadow Blade. He didn't have detection. They'll turn towards the support kill instead. GH has been held down. Themselves one. Resolution still with a lot of mana to play around with, but the Fear and Sonic Wave blows up the Rubik. BKB pop by Matuma. Resolution, you see his patience. He's looking for the backliners. Holds on until he sees Kuro go straight away onto this Oracle and won't find him, but the rest of his team are suffering. They've lost 3 on OG. Resolution low on the mana, the Fear, making sure that he can't zip away, has to use the Bloodstone Suicide. So as much as Resolution tries his best to find the 2 supports, the overall strength of Liquid just crushes the lineup of OG. They keep their cores alive. Miracle at this stage, the Fear, as you said, already coming into play, causing an issue for each side. Each time OG try and close the gap and get involved with their spells. The amount of disable.
Because we have the buyback on the Lifestealer and the Storm Spirit, I want Liquid to just play with Miracle on the front lines, because again, they don't have Shapeshift. But maybe OG actually just don't buy back at all and are going to give up, what, 2 lanes of racks?
Surely they can't give away 2.
Oh, that is too much.
There's the buybacks. Where's the
Lifestealer jump?
And it comes straight away onto Matuma. Matuma's gone. He's going to zip forward. Rezo, he wants more. The Shiva's Guard slow onto mind control. He's still got a lot of mana to play with, but Miracle is there. Resolution has to be careful. The silence comes in. They've got the combo. Resolution still fine, though. The rest of OG wrapping around. They will get the telekinesis onto mind control, holding him in place. Resolution claims the life of the Tiny as well. Cost them the 2 cores buying back, but they'll keep that bottom racks alive. They do still lose the mid, so Liquid continuing to edge more and more ahead. But OG, my goodness, they are certainly putting up a fight this game.
They played that really well with the double buyback and instantly the infest into the Storm Spirit. They played it fast enough that Liquid could not actually back out in time without significant losses. The bad thing is that OG is making all this and they're just kind of salvaging the game little by little. They're making sure they're still in it, but they're not actually taking anything from Liquid. Here, I don't think they're going to be able to force any buybacks. They're not really going to be able to get any big objectives. I think they just have to look to be able to control the Roche Pit for the next one. If they can get an Aegis on Storm Spirit, maybe that changes a lot for the game.
So I think we're seeing as well, you know, a lot of people say with the Storm Spirit, you want to be playing from ahead. If OG was sort of even coming out of that early mid game, this game would look almost over for Liquid. But the fact was Liquid managed to get this early lead, and they've been able to make it so that despite how much Resolution plays his heart out, it's so hard for OG to come back into this one.
Yeah, they had a decent lead from the laning phase.
Zip in. Parrish with the hand of God, keeps himself alive. The Sonic Wave from Miracle will finish him off. He pops his BKB, zips back. Resolution trying to chase him down. They've got the lasso, but there's the save for Kuro. False Promise comes out onto Miracle. Miracle will be fine. The Spirit coming down. They've already lost both supports here on OG. S4 will fall as well. Miracle focusing down No-Tail. They have the Silence, the Fear, holding him in place. That's 4 down on OG, and that's 4 heroes without buyback. Resolution, the last man standing. And good luck as a solo Storm holding back this sort of push that's going to come pounding down the lanes.
It's pretty unfortunate. Like, OG have these great pushes coming in both the side lane. If they somehow get an engagement, they can actually win. But again, they thought they could go for the Quap. Kuro is always positioned in the back line, just out of reach.
This should be GG. The speed that they push in. Resolution alone, can he really do what seems to be the impossible? Hold back this 5-man push, I don't think he can. Tier 4's going down. No buybacks on OG. Rezo trying to dip out, clear the waves with those remnants, but the Ancient is exposed. Liquid will push on. And there we have it. GG is called. Liquid taking hit against OG and looking very confident doing so. There were a few swings back from sort of we said the brilliance of some of OG's plays from behind, but that was the overarching thing of this
against the Tide Hunter Tusk, even though they have a lot of physical damage inside of Juggernaut and DP ulti, still needed to get.
DD ever so slightly kind of gaining a lead, little by little. Arme with the Yasha now towards that Mantis tile, but the defensive nature here of the Witch Doctor and the Tide sat just in behind this DP. Like they're going to swing in, try and play around their vision. Dire Ward down there. Got one over the shrine, over this mid top tier 2s as well. LGD, they do swing in towards the bottom tier 2. Top tower here, Newbie chipping away with a level 2 Liquid Fire. No defense of each tower coming in. They are just going to go for the game that they set themselves up for. LGD holding on to well. Is this LGD just going to go for one of those high ground pushes again? They've got BKB for maybe here.
Yeah, but so does Mugi, and OD is what? If he sells something, he has it.
BKB on BKB on BKB. Match community.
Crimson Cup. That's gonna be a huge item. Witch Doctor.
Especially now since it affects buildings as well.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting changes we've had in recent time is that Pipe and Crimson Guard.
You know what should maybe affect buildings? Guardian Tree. You have a pipe affecting buildings, you have Crimson, but...
Oh, you think it should give HP regen?
Something.
Or
like half of the...
Upgrade Greaves. Another recipe on top of it.
Got it.
Or you combine Greaves with Crimson.
That item cost 10,000 gold. Gives something really good.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. You know, heal all of your buildings to full HP. Reno Jackson for Dota 2. Faith sliced down. Arme there with a quick and easy Omni Flash finds a kill. Up a wave and spin TP out, but KP is coming. The Axe with this blink call, he's getting closer and closer, but I don't know if he'll be there fast enough. Arme back into the trees. Blink dagger at the ready so he can jump away. Waiting to see if anyone comes into his little hidey hole here. Whoa, he sees him. The spin TP. If only the Naga had stuck around just a little longer.
He has a blink dagger, so he can play more aggressive, especially if OD uses Spike to save someone and the Astral, the back line, cut through them. Or he can blink out of the Naga's sleep if they don't use the Ice Bath or Fall.
Doing high ground right. Got lots of wards around this area. I guess they can see if Newbie move themselves up. Jan scouted, Naga illusion in. Not having any of this though. Arme really is just in farming mode. Scouted out by an observer ward here. Newbie immediately ping and maneuver. Try and get in on top of this Juggernaut. He's been given way too much space. Catch him, but Arme, how speedy he is. Straight away with a blink, the phase. Long play. The way this game's going, it feels like LGD in a very good spot, but like you've been saying, the big ultis, the kind of requirement for them to capitalize and exploit anything that Newbie mess up, they need to take these objectives. The tier 2's still standing. Roshan, of course, we've been looking at him for quite some time. Needs to be taken down, and LGD are the ones that kind of requires all of these things to win the game. Newbie, less so.
We didn't see any 5 versus 5, not even 4 fights at the, I don't... Roche fight. Both of the teams right now can be easily taken down, especially needed Jug Ward, but takes some time. Stallion. See? Nope. Not yet. Side wants to get.
Ah, the Solar Crest. We've got the Spirit Vessel nearly done here for FY. Going. Pushes. Newbie smoking in towards the Roshan pit. They realize, oh, smoke didn't pop. They're not in here. They're not over there. Process of elimination. Dire jungle. They're holding some wards here. They've got a sentry on Faith, but no observers. So they're going in here blind, and they'll be leaving here. Darkness as well. LGD, they go down towards bottom lane. The mirror movement here coming out from LGD as they shove in with Arme clearing through these waves. Radiant Observe Ward's not going to get too much intel. LGD very deep. Coming in behind Newbie, in fact. They're going to try and start a fight here without the Juggernaut. This is going to be a relatively risky play. In jumps FY. There's the punch into Ravage. Jump in from KP. Cancel out with a BKB from Maybe onto SCCC, but he's still up and running. KP in trouble though with the Exorcism go. Look at that. Crimson Guard will not keep you alive against every single ghost. The TP from DP moving in onto the Shrine. Faith potentially caught here. The TP from SCCC will keep him at nice little range there, back in the fountain, but they'll lose their Jakiro. And
this opens up the Roche. That would be yellow. DPL still running for... doesn't stay. You know, I told you this doesn't stay. It's broken. Yesterday, you told me that ghosts were coming back.
That's what I thought the reason was. You know, the ulti had technically ended. Thought maybe it would show it. You're right. It does not. Gyro Naga trying to do as much as they can to keep this LGD squad outside of the pit. OD moves in, Cash from X-Nova, and now Silence from Maybe. But it punched up the Gyro and boxes BKB, but it's on this side bouncing around. Mugi dropping low, nearly dead. But there is the song. Kaka resets it all. SCCC has to think about getting himself out of here as well, alongside the Naga Siren, and LGD back into the pit. But it's sport time. KP's alive now, and Faith with the Macropyre in. Maybe trapped within Snare. Silences up SCCC, so there is no extra damage. BKB of his own forced out the SCCC Hurricane Pike. It is just this massive back and forth as the blink call from KP catches onto the DP, but the Ice Path onto 2 or 3. Somnus now with a 3-man Silence. No one's dying with a Death Ward down, the snowball forward. There's Mugi trapped in, but the Crimson Guard keeps him alive. OD trying to turn back for the Ice Path. Oh, locking in one. Back end of the fight. KP escapes, and so does Mugi as Tide chases them out. Faith will be the only captor here, it looks like. Maybe Kaka as well, as the Jakiro trapped in. Down goes Naga. Kaka stunned up. The Jakiro will survive for now as LGD focus on the Roshan. This is not over yet. Lacoste is going to keep on going for quite some time. Faith Ice Path again with a snowball forward. They'll catch the Jakiro at long last, but in comes KP. Blink call with a cooldown onto the head of the DP. Forces out the Yule Scepter there as Maybe burnt out by the Sandy's Eclipse. Needs to get away. Who did he miss? Was it the Juggernaut? He opts himself into the Aegis. Gets the nice Roshan kill as well. They'll look for FY. He's trying to deny. He gets in behind the trees. Somehow he survives. Arbe's running away with Taz coming in with a gush as well. FY, no mana for Snowball. We'll have it soon. But there's the Maledict coming in. SCCC chasing forward. Hurricane Pike ready with a BKB to go. But he is hasted. Chalice, blink in a second. Is he going to get out of this one? There we go. Back to safety. And meanwhile, all this is happening. The chase on the DP comes to nothing. Maybe straight back down towards the bottom lane.
All the cooldown. This fight lasted so long. All the cooldowns were reset. Tidehunter has Ravage again.
My voice.
I didn't want to stop you there. There were no casualties. They killed
Naga?
They killed Naga and Witch Doctor, and that's it. and Ravage is up again. So they were fighting for 2.5 minutes.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff. I mean, the timings on these BKBs, the Hurricane Pikes, everything is just, it's beautiful to watch. But LGD, the ones to come out on top. They have the Aegis on the Juggernaut. He is a monster at this point. The LGD prep themselves now with Exorcism, like you're saying, along with the Ravage all ready to go. Good look for the tier 2 top lane and maybe a bit of a high ground push. But I'm just thinking back now to the start of everything. KP blinked in, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. It must have been the Ravage. The Ravage, okay, that's what it was. The Ravage came at exactly the same time as KP blinked in, so the blink call was delayed by that Ravage duration. And then KP stuck in the middle of 4 heroes, and all of a sudden Newbie's jump and scare factor completely down the drain.
And now they're ready to go again. We have Tidehunter with a Mac-Link Dagger. Good, he's tanky enough to stay alive in this fight and also keep his teammates alive. Split push coming out from Faith and Kaka. He knows that these fights last forever, so he's going for Aghanim Scepter on Naga Siren just to heal up his teammates.
So skipping over the meme hammer there. Arme blinking in. Hunger Fly catches KP. The Ravage onto OD as well in the back end. The Naga's coming in with a song potentially, but KP's going to die before it comes out. Kaka doesn't even have the mana for the song, so never mind. That would never have happened. They also force out the BKB from SCCC. LGD really are untilted at this point. They are ready. They are raring to go, and they know that they have this game in their grasp.
Only 4,000 network leader. Gyro still has a lot more. SLI BKB just finished the third item, Ags. The side gunner. For the extra damage.
Seems reasonably good. These really are just fights of millimeters. Kaka tries to go out and scout with his mirror image, but unfortunately FY has been spot on with these plays. SCCC with no Pike and no BKB starts the chase into the base. The shards potentially save him though. FY, I've just praised him and cursed him at the same time. Unfortunately does not trap the OD in and allows SCCC to escape.
We still haven't seen the combo from Newbie. Not even one song into Ice Path or Call.
Been an awkward game for them.
That only means that the LGD is playing well around those cooldowns on Naga Siren ulti and trying to not lump up it. And it's hard to do that. Tidehunter plus Snowball save and with the Blink Dagger on Jug. Lines.
Blink Dagger for me. Again, that gap closing tool. Vital here, potentially to catch the Gyro or the OD. Arme, spin here. Blink call from KP is ready. Newbie backing up, retreating a touch. Arme, the blink with the call. The Ice Path will land, but the silence is bigger from maybe. Arme saved with the snowball there. The jump in though with the tide pulled up. Ordered it back, and the OD slams him down with a hammer, but maybe clearing up with the help of the Omni Slash here. Arme moves forward, KP dies, and now the Naga, the OD have to retreat the Hurricane Pike back to safety, and in the back end, Gyro clears up at least X-Nova's Witch Doctor, but it looks like Newbie here will hold that line. Arme with the Aegis still ready to go, so he will respawn and have that Blink Dagger to jump away. Unless there's some kind of timing play here from Newbie. There we go. Arme starts off half HP, has the spin and the Manta Style to play with around a little bit here, but it looks like the Manta to spin won't be good enough, and Newbie come out on top.
That side gunner is dealing tons of damage in these fights because they last for so long. The Ravage was not ready for a Tidehunter, and
this time he blinked into Call.
Yeah.
Last fight, KP blinked into Ravage. This time the Tide blinks into the Call. Everything's so tight. And
they still have Naga Siren ulti to disrupt it. The BKBs are dropping down 6 seconds on SCCC, and Gyro has, what, 8 seconds. The problem is in this fight that the silence is being used on OG, so he can't steal that much intelligence.
Yeah. Maybe honestly has been huge with these big AoE silences. 3-4 man consistently. Silence, forcing out BK early. Maybe a Lotus Orb on this hero or the Naga or something could be something to look towards, but a rough one. Full snap now completed for Faith. The Naga closes in on the Ags, 400 gold away.
So ahead of Juggernaut right now. Already has MKB ready, and the Jug only.
How has he done? Mugi's gone from 0-3 and 3, I think it was, to now 5-3-7, top net worth. It has been a spectacular comeback from Mugi, honestly. He has pulled out all the stops, getting himself into this position. He was, what, like 7th in the net worth the first 10 minutes or something? Yeah. It was really, really poor.
His early game was sacked. That's a gem on Jakiro. Board. These are 2 deep boards that play around the tower on the mid. Roche.
Five-man continues.
That's the problem I was talking about for LGD side. They have 3 big ulti cooldowns, while Newbie can fight all the time. Since these fights last for so long, it goes to Newbie's favor.
Chan, not up. KP, pop, head in. Still about 50 fastest spawn. The Butterfly now done for Arme, moving into the Nullifier next. It looks some of these BKBs. Bottom lane looking for that refresher orb. KP swinging towards mid. Guards onto an illusion. Kaka glimmers himself. Don't have the reveal here until the dust on the courier arrives, but Kaka hiding in these trees, still holding the gem, while KP and Faith. DOD still holding this line. UB very, very prepared here, ready to fight. They smoke up. They know where LGD are. They've caught glimpses of them. They know DP is up towards top and they all alone. Deary me. Maybe. Back just far enough here. If he gets any closer to that creep wave, Newbie are on him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look at him toying with him. I think he realizes. I think maybe he knows that something's up.
Position.
Why? Having a bit of
Huge wave on the bot. Newbie needs to defend.
Radiant's bottom tower is
The
under
other
attack.
names.
Carty. Carty the Seed. Orange people as well. Going to work on the tier 3. Who's coming down? Moogie. Yeah, man. Big flat cannon. Pops it out. The wagons are gone. Guardian Greaves. Flat cannon. Any nonsense that comes his way. Like LGD really are just kind of biding their time, waiting for these bigger items to come up so they can...
They know about it.
The one here.
Yeah.
Newbie. They have full control around the pit right now. But yeah, it feels like LGD waiting for the kind of the game-ending items to go along with their big ulti combos. And then they want to try and, you know, win one big team fight, force the buyback cycles to begin. But KP, oh, not quite catching FY. The ensnare will be there. But KP trapped with the shards, forced out away, and now a standoff between the two squads as neither wants to commit to anything too heavily as the homing missiles face maybe back towards his own base. But Roshan's alive.
Both teams have gem. Guard is in half of the minute, while Juggernaut is just pushing bottom. Has the TP ready to TP back to the shrine, but this Naga illusions are providing so much damage and it's impossible to go here to Roche for him.
Juggernaut doing what he can down one. Absolutely right. Newbie grabs up the Aegis. I wish we had a little message, you know, for cheese and refresher shards and all that. Who grabs all the good stuff, but MKB cheese now done with a blink dagger queued for SCCC. LGD looking for a fight straight after Roshan is taken. Unexpected, potentially by Newbie, as Moogie is here on the front line. Snowball in, down towards the bottom. KP is being caught. Air back end Moogie. Maledict up. Chalice still with the Ravage ready to go. SCCC, BKB's early. Moves in with the exorcism now between 3, but Song of the Siren will hold back the rest of LGD.
Look at the heal.
And now maybe is all alone in the middle of 4. Blinks away. Jump in from Chalice. Ravage there with a nice Omni Slash as well, but do they have the damage? There's the Aegis pop. The Juggernaut in the mix of everyone. Take down this Jakiro, but it is Moogie. Now he's the one in the middle of 4 heroes. Being dropped low with a death port down. The save from the Astral is there as maybe Yules up into the air. KP, this buyback needs to work out. The maybe Gyro dropping to Maledict turns back the fight, but will drop. Chalice jumps in. The buyback available for Moogie here. As the damage from OD rains down from on high. KP blade mail up and runs back away. Chalice, even through the Glim Cave, they'll find him. As LGD. They lose their Tide and their Tusk. They pop the Aegis, though, and a fight on this Radiant side of the map seems pretty good for them.
Again, these fights last for so long. DP ulti is off cooldown, and it doesn't deal that much of a damage. At one point, DP was using ulti while Naga Siren had the sleep on, and she was actually regenerating.
Yeah, doing nothing.
That was a buyback from Axe. He needs to be careful about it. Now, they even gave him the cheese. One in the front line. SCCC doesn't feel to die. Has a buyback, has enough. He gave him back the cheese. I'm allergic.
Lactose intolerant. Pressure orb's done on the Death Prophet, by the way. They have potentially the double BKB, the double full silence, but also the second round of Ghost. Need to make sure that he doesn't exorcism, refresh exorcism. We've seen that a couple times. Blink call from KP, catches Arme. This is a big kill if they can find it. The butterfly's going to work, and Arme dunked down into the ground, dead with buyback. And that is a huge pick for Newbie. Over on this dire side of the map, they can shove in waves with Gyro alive in 10 seconds time.
Yeah, OD has an MKB against that butterfly, so they are ready. Juggernaut deals a lot of damage with his ulti, but after that, they have stuff to pierce through bait. He's in.
Went away from Chalice. Very, very tight there. Away from this OD damage.
They want to force a buyback. They have the song ready if they decide to go in.
White's playing with the OD, but he turns with his BKB. Vanish and Snowball both expended. Roll into the ice path there as FY. Blink call, KP onto 2. Chalice jumps in, he's Ravage in 1 second. And he will be forced to use it with the Exorcism going. They dunk down X-Nova. Axe in the back looks perfectly fine, and the song will reset it all. They want to go in with a clap forward. The buyback from Juggernaut is forced down. The BKB from Mady, the fresh roll ready to go as well. But Naga's so tanky, not dropping at all. And Chalice brought down with an intimate life with a home result finish. And the cheese from the OT and the apps for the followers. KP and Moogie ripping apart LGD. This does not look good. Does not bode well for LGD as Maybe drops with no buyback. And that will surely be the end of the game and the end of the series.
They still have a tier 2 tower on the bottom, but they're gonna go for tier 4s and just finish the game. Juggernaut bought back. DP has no buyback whatsoever. 800 gold away. Yeah, this is definitely a game.
The Dire have no heroes. The tier 4s are falling, and Maybe calls it. Newbie will succeed in taking down LGD, but an amazing series, an amazing fight, an amazing 3 matches between these two teams.
This is what this.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Because they have all the items.
Yeah.
And you usually lead the early game. But on Liquid, it was almost always Kuro and GH that were calling what to do.
Yeah.
GH would call out everything. He'd say, like, he has mana, he doesn't have TP.
Yep.
He was always the first person in.
Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
Do you take Omni for Liquid?
I think it's even better now versus Disruptor too, because your Terrorblade's a bit susceptible to the Static Storm early on. But they take their Viper.
Matumba's hero.
Yep.
How does that match up against Tinker?
The old one used to be really annoying.
I feel like it's not as bad now. So you have to deal damage to deal damage.
Yeah. The old one, I
remaining.
remember I was playing in a game. It was like Viper, I had Viper TV or something.
remaining.
And Matoma Man came in and he was like, that's really bad against Tinker. Because you can't get on top of him. It's not easy. You'll never get a gap close. Maybe you'll get Shadow Blade or something, but...
I don't know how to rate Viper in a lot of 1v1 matchups anymore. Because I used to be like, oh, Viper's gonna, he's gonna be like that Dominator. But now it's like, kind of breaks even with most. Like, other heroes just do better versus him now.
I need to play that hero more.
Viper?
Yeah. I haven't touched... The 2 heroes that I haven't touched yet that I should are Viper and Tiny. I haven't played Tiny yet.
You haven't played Tiny? That hero is ridiculous, dude.
I think I'll take your word for it. I've seen a few Tiny.
Just a few.
It's been okay.
It's more like Liquid just plays him and he just kind of sustains in the lane and transitions to whatever build he needs. It's like, it's safe, I would say. It's decent at turning ganks and surviving ganks.
Will was saying something earlier about the Viper too, is the blade mail, right? You can just go blade mail, run into Tinker's stuff, make Tinker not be able to blink out in a lot of the fights. Corrosive as well, pain in the ass versus for Tinker.
That's the I'm 0-7.
Yeah.
Screw this game. Get me out. Why am I not being carried?
My game's miserable. I make your game miserable.
I feel like he does get outlaned by Razor though. It's a 1v1.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess as long as Razor doesn't tank creeps, I feel like he 100% wins that matchup if he just saps damage and goes back to last hit. Like, there's nothing Viper could actually do.
So for Liquid,
the Night Stalker is weird, right?
Yeah, that's a bit of a different one from too. I was thinking the same thing.
He plays fast against ET. Is the one nice thing. He's pretty chaotic on the map, and he wins the vision game for Tinker, which I think is pretty important.
He's really good against both Bane and ET, really, because he can find the guys in the back line that are trying to cast important spells and interrupt them. He's got 2 ways to do so.
Cap used to say that he really liked NS Disruptor, because NS will just run in for you. He's got the vision, and he'll almost always win that game for you, and then you just glimpse back every time.
A lot of good combos there.
I haven't seen a lot of Night Stalker here. I think Mineski's the only team that I saw playing it.
Yeah, I mean, they run it for Ninja Boogie all the time. It's like a 5 Night Stalker.
Silence alone against TB is amazing for the first 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Prevent Thunder.
You need to take... for Liquid...
They need anti-mobility.
They banned Arc Warden. So OG still have...
10 seconds.
That feels like a throwaway ban. The Arc Warden?
I feel like Liquid goes like 500%.
What do they want?
Just an update on the Night Stalker pick. It's been picked 4 times so far in the last 3 days. Hasn't won yet.
I don't know, I'm weird about that hero, because it doesn't contribute to team fight. Sure, it gives vision, but the team fight aspect isn't...
I mean, other than the Brew, it's the worst by any hero that's been picked more than 4 times at this event.
Speaking of the Brew...
Yeah, the Brew, by the way, just in case you weren't aware right now, has currently been played 10 times in 3 days and has won 1 game.
It's sick against TV though.
Yeah.
And if Liquid still end up deciding to take the Omni, it's also excellent against Omni Knight, which I think would have been Liquid's preferred pick here.
You think Omni or... I was thinking maybe Dragon Knight.
DK offlane? I thought about it too. And they've run it against the Razor before.
Yeah.
And Mind Control doesn't seem to really care.
He just pulls the lane.
Yeah.
They look excited about something here for the 5th.
I just see Mind Control just punching his hand. So I'm thinking something like just get in their faces, because just like some frontliner, some more disable, so they can actually land the rest of their spells.
Nothing cheesy.
I like the Nyx ban by OG. I actually think that was a...
Yeah,
Omni or...
They need, like, disables, catch, kind of.
Playing Tide against... I would have said Tide too, but isn't playing Tide against Disruptor really annoying?
You have to worry about his ultimate, I guess. I just feel like they need some... I guess they have tanky heroes, they just don't have very fast heroes. They need somebody that can, like, instantly engage the fight in a good way. Nothing really does that on their team right now. Like, I feel like they're on the back foot a lot as soon as Tinker gets linked.
Offlane Death Prophet, let's go.
My control is ready, dude. Look at him.
Pugna.
It's banned.
Banned early on. Yeah.
Oh,
the MC Nature's Prophet.
Okay. Oh, he was excited.
That's why he was so excited.
Yeah.
Was no coddle, so.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why he's got something he likes. And OG have had a very interesting draft. What have you made of that, Kevin?
It's a good way to catch Tinker. It's not. They don't have the most wave clear on OG's side, so I think it could potentially work here. It can also go far and catch heroes and let their allies catch up. Okay.
All right. Okay. Has it swayed you in any way?
I think I like the OG draft better.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
All right. So Kevin for OG. Blitz?
I think this game I might go OG. I think it's really close, and Liquid might be the better team, so they might end up winning anyways, but I think I like OG's draft.
Okay.
I think I like OG's draft, but I think I'm going to repeat the same thing I said last time, that I think Liquid just on another level of outplay, so I'm going to go Liquid still.
Yeah, we could just record those for you and then just play them back each game if you want. It's easier.
There was a difference. We were 2 out of 3.
It is 2 out of 3 this time around again. Let's bring a commentary team in for game number 2. Gents, interesting first game, obviously, but kind of fairly predictable. Does game 2 look the same way to you?
Cap, you're the expert. What do you reckon?
I think this game, I'll still kind of lead with the panel when I do like OG's lineup a little bit more. I think the last pick was a struggle, but hey, this is a Mind Control Furion. This is one of the hero player combinations that was so feared at the TI finals that they lit it out once and banned it for the rest of the series. Newbie could not handle it. I think that, you know, I'm leaning towards OG, but individual player performance on this hero, Mind Control Fury.
Before he made big, you know, people like Mind Control. Oh, he's the kid who plays the Nature's Prophet, right? This was his hero. And you could see, you know, TI is in the bag and such. Mind Control, he's sat down. He was so ready to play this. He was clapping his hands. It was smiles all around from Mind Control.
Oh, he's
He was so excited for this game. And when someone looks that happy about playing that hero, I'd be terrified if I was on the other side. Like, Mind Control, there must have been a reason why he was so happy. He's played against some of these heroes. He knows the strengths of it. So for me, it's going to be all eyes on him to see how that sort of joy of playing the hero translates into this game.
I remember that moment where Mind Control sniped the Courier at that first game for the TI final. That is something not be allowed to happen for this game or OG.
So, anyways, we said the strengths for the Nature's Prophet. What is it about OG's lineups that feels strange? So to me, the Tinker, it is a good game for the Tinker. And you have got that Tinker versus Terrorblade, which we've seen being quite a difficult matchup for the Terrorblade to play into if the Tinker gets a good timing on his Ags before he's losing the racks, before those pushes come in. Yeah,
the biggest thing is that they just don't have Tinker Hunters. Right? They just really don't. Their supports aren't really good at being able to catch out the Tinker necessarily. They aren't heroes that really sneak around the map or give you vision or really give you like a big jump or anything like that. None of the cores really do that either. It's going to be up to Furion, it's up to Mind Control to be able to have a good enough game that he can threaten the Furion with his Orchid.
Jab there at Miracle, but backup is there from the Bane. Creative runes down there, but overall Liquid are the ones to get 3 at 4 bounty. Nice little bit of a cash bonus for Liquid at the start of this game too.
So the matchup here, OG is going to go for the aggro to try and put pressure on the Terrorblade, but it does mean we're going to have the Furion versus Brewmaster, which we saw Exotic Deer in that same matchup crush the laning phase. So with a Mind Control Furion, it's possible does the same. But then again, it's an S4 Brewmaster. They are some quintessential hero player combinations here.
Lane at the moment, OG just sort of mirroring the support movements of Liquid. GH and Kuro are down here. So are Fly and Jarax, both teams securing both Rezo and Miracle that crucial farm. G actually being the ones being back a little bit here. One of the strengths of having this Elder Titan, getting that right click built up there. The fact that you have these 3 heroes to pass it over, that's Spirit.
Look at that, GH and Kuro just fearless. Just as the 2-man, they're just willing to push into the 3 of OG because they feel like they've got the Spirit damage. Bane is also one of the better heroes of trading out, especially since still isn't leveled, but he could get Brain Sap. So they just create a lot of space for Miracle to actually get CS, which is supposed to be difficult in this try versus try scenario.
Top lane, S4. Getting moved in on a bit by Mind Control, who's being afforded to play very aggressive in this top matchup.
He's blown through almost all of his tangos already, and he's going to have to use his Salve soon.
Pressure really heating up for S4 on this top lane. Mind Control.
Oh, the crazy snipe! Don't tell me!
Is he gonna get it? Oh, he's in the tree.
A little off.
Little off.
Fortunately, with the free TP that you get at the start, no real punishment to be had. Jarax really smart. Look what he's doing right now. They unblocked their pull, which they need in the try versus try scenario. Jarax goes in, body blocks it again. Tune to mark.
Ain't no tell. Amatuma manning up against one another. Who's going to win this exchange? The bots are helping out, but it's not enough.
You ever played Frogger? That was a game of Frogger right there. He was just dodging March of the Machine while Laser was still on him.
First blood there. That Viper in the mid lane. That's Amatuma man.
They're going to try and wrap around on him. Jarax is only level 1 though.
It's a level 3 Viper as well. For the point in the corrosive skin, and as much as the body blocks for Jarax are nice, not quite great enough to secure a kill until Brogy yet at this state.
Yeah, and without March of the Machines build, which is what No Tail should be going in this lane, but it also means you don't really have any kill power for these wraparounds. So Jarax is kind of giving up on their try versus try. They are just going to leave Resolution here. At a certain point, if you're not getting kills in an aggro tri lane, you need to abort because it just means you're losing out on experience.
Yeah, and just to say, all of the lanes really looking to struggle. Sure, the mid, the CS is alright, but they got the first blood there. The top lane, 17 for 2, 15 for 1, a little bit of an edge for Mind Control. He's keeping S4 low, and the bottom lane, of course, as you say, it's just not working out for the Razor. The constant enfeeble, the pressure from the supports of Liquid, making sure that the space is there for Miracle to farm, and Resolution, he can't use that strength as the Razor against the Terrorblade with the static link as he would wish to because of the way that Liquid are.
The CS matchup is pretty even though on both sides. We're seeing the Brewmaster do relatively fine against a Furion, even if he has to blow through lots of regen, even got himself a bottle. And then we have the mid matchup where the Tinker's actually doing all right, but obviously died earlier, giving up first. So this laning phase is relatively even. I do think it needs to go well for OG though. Particularly shutting down Miracle, but it's just not happening. We've seen this a lot of times. Aggro duel and aggro triangling into Terrorblade. He's just so hard to put harassment damage on and threaten because of his super high armor start. He has the highest armor at the start of the game. Hero.
That point in reflection, helping out each time a standing because have done. But Matuma getting very low in the mid lane though, and with their wraparound for Jerax, they are going to look to try and dive in. Matuma though, kiting him up through the trees, he's able to turn and take him down. The help of Kuro seeping in, GH there as well, No-Tail, he'll get punished as well. But Matuma surviving, salving back up to full health. As the play from OG just wasn't there in the mid lane. Jerax trying to dive in. It was night time, but he absolutely overestimated his capabilities of the Night Stalker.
Yeah, he was a level 1 nuke, and on top of that, it's going to be dispelled by the fact you've got corrosive skin level 2 on the Viper. So even though he was on very low HP, you don't have the damage to actually threaten him. He could have healing salved as well in between hits. Any of those options were available for him. So he's going to get his level 6 well before No-Tail has his level 5 even. That is going to kill the lane for No-Tail. I think he's actually just got to go jungle at a certain point, and maybe someone else takes over the mid lane, maybe the Disruptor. In fact, if he doesn't get out now, he may die to Mind Control's wrap.
Oh, he is Mind Control. Seeping in, lays down the Sprout. TPs will be coming through to try and help out OG. They put the Viper Strike down onto No-Tail. Matuma just mans up, looks for the kill, is not phased at all by a level 3 TP in from Fly, who was also very low on mana. Fourth kill for Liquid, 2k lead. Building up very, very early. Mind Control will be found out on the retreat. He's trying to get back to the shrine. Tails up. Oh, is that going to save him? It will. The South between the hits buys him time. He turns with the Sprout, goes for the TP. He makes it away. Jerax can't even get the kill on Mind Control, retreating on minimal health there. That's, I mean, if he's not still smiling and clapping, I'll be surprised.
And you've heard it, Owen, right? Like, how many times have you heard somebody say a Night Stalker has to have a good first night?
This is something more than just a sleepless night, really, for Night Stalker, because he's not having that start at all.
No, certainly not. Level 2 at 6 minutes in, and they managed to kill the Razor at bottom lane. Looks like they're even going for the kill on Fly. Beautiful body blocking here from Mind Control.
The Stomp as well, buying time to surround him with those Treants. A sick kill for Liquid. They are holding nothing back in this game too, straight from the off. S4 walks towards mid with that primal split, maybe seeing if he can find an angle to get in onto the Viper, but it's a hard kill as it is, and he'll just make the slow walk back up to top lane as he realizes nothing is there to be found. Bottom lane getting pressured in by Liquid. Resolution turning up, but this level 4 Razor, what does he do at this stage? He static links, it's immediately broken. S4 will TP in. He's got the split. Kuro just goes for the straight TP out and he'll make it. No way to stop it. And no time for S4 to pop the split and get the stun off. So they'll lose the tower. This is looking rough for OG.
No-Tail still isn't level 6. He's got his soul ring finally. He wants to be able to go back into the jungle and clear through some of his stacks. He sees Mind Control. Mind Control being super aggressive is going to be forced away by Jerax's team.
Jerax tries to go for the chase down. Get a few punches in. He was trying to get a position for the body block. S4 is there as well. Fly also, they're sending in mass numbers mid. Fly seeing if he can get some sort of control onto Matuma, but Matuma just goes in with the Viper Strike. The Astral Echo Stomp's there as well from GH, setting up for a 7th kill for Liquid. It just doesn't stop.
S4 is struggling to find a place in this game as well because he was having fine time in his laning phase, but the other lanes were going poorly. So he tried to wrap on mid lane, tried to go for the Viper. Matuma Man was one step ahead of him, tried to go for the bottom lane. We had that Nightmare Kuro TP outplay as well. He's read back into mid, still not finding a opportunity to go for that primal split. Like, he needs to be able to utilize this to be able to get them some sort of kills because OG is just suffering so badly in their laning phase. They need to offset that somehow.
Matuma found himself an Invis rune here. Was under the Obs ward, so unlikely that Matuma could go for any sort of plays. Gonna hang around, maybe see if someone comes in momentarily, hold off with the Viper Strike. The TP does come through, but OG more than wise to do so. Bottom lane, bit of an attempt onto Kuroki, but Kuroki held back one with the Nightmare. Miracle moves in, and the massive Nature's Wrath bounce there, perfectly done by Mind Control, getting a huge nuke on top of the Night Stalker. Will secure yet another kill for Liquid.
And Mind Control can still position himself in front of this push from S4.
Oh, and look at the build as well from Mind Control. The straight treads Meteor Hammer's what he wants. He is ready to style on these fools. As we've seen, you know, this item, it is great. It has got a lot of strong purposes, and in a game like this, it's going to make the push so strong, so quick from Liquid's lineup, and it's going to make the catch even more potent there. A Sprout into Meteor Hammer. There's more than enough time for Mind Control to beat down any of these heroes.
Yeah, it's going to be less effective if Tinker can actually get farm into level 2 rearm, and if he gets the Blink Dagger, then the Meteor Hammer takes such a long time to drop that combination wouldn't give him solo kill potential against the Tinker, which is why I thought he would go Orchid. But it will give them this overwhelming push. Liquid is just going to push the tempo of this game against OG and say, we're going to go from winning the laning phase to taking all of your towers, and that's another way you can really threaten the Tinker. Even if you don't have Tinker Hunters, if you can limit all the outer map control before he gets bots and Blink, then he has a hard time being able to find farm on the map. And if he does find farm, he's usually soaking all of it up, and it usually means the allies quite poor.
S4, he's got that blink complete on the Brewmaster, and this is so important for OG that they make something happen here, because if they don't, this game is going to be in complete shambles. They have to get a pick with this.
And look at Kuro, he's just sitting behind Matumba Man, knowing that it's probably target number 1.
Will get the split off, put the field down, they're looking towards Matumba Man, glitch back onto Kuroki, Matumba Man still alive for now, pops the one charges, trying to get out of there. There's the Sunder as well from Miracle, buying time for Matumba Man to get out, and OG, they just can't get the kill here. Fly's the one to fall, the sleep stop comes out onto 3, OG lose 2, Miracle there with the pro play, coming in with the save, allowing them to man up and move in for more. They're going to get 3, they're going to get 4, No Tail's going to fall as well. It's 12-0, Liquid just aren't dying. And you can absolutely see why Mind Control was just in pure glee off the back of this draft. This is the reason why he was smiling and clapping his hands. He knew that they had this draft in the bag. He knew that they had this play in the bag. It's 11 minutes in. It's 12-0, 6K lead, and Liquid, they're pushing for more.
The play the panel talked about was that series where Mind Control played the support Vengeful Spirit, and they talked about how selfless that is. And it went into the philosophy of Liquid and how they play for each other. Miracle's play there with the Sunder, that's playing for the rest of your team. The fact he's willing to sit behind his teammates there and use Sunder, like, normally you would see Terrorblades just off farming some side lanes, but...
Getting gone on by Jerax, but he turns with the Viper Strike. Jerax is just dead. Nicolim's back, they duet the Static Storm, he'll try for the TP out, but with the clap, there we go. OG get themselves the first kill on the board. They look towards Kuro, can they get themselves a second? They can't. Kuro's able to TP out of there. So OG, at least, able to finally put a dent into the lineup of Liquid.
That was 900 gold change for that one kill. Oh boy.
It's a rich disruptor.
Yeah, 650 gold for him. They desperately needed that on the Tinker. He still does not have boots of travel. He's still trying to just, clear through this stack in the offlane jungle, or its own jungle area, and still hasn't been able to do it because the pressure has just been mounting from Liquid this whole time. He also has to be the one to sit in front of these power pushes and get out those march machines, but isn't getting the opportunity to do both.
Players to be next. I mean, GH, he's now got that level 6, so in these team fights, which we've seen quite a few where it's turned into a full 5v5, the Earth Splitter going to be deadly, especially with the setup they've already got, the Sprout, the complete Meteor Hammer on Mind Control, all of these stuns sort of being thrown out in the midst of these fights that are going to be fatal for OG if they make a wrong step. 13 kills before the 13-minute mark for Liquid. They're 3 cores, quite that bit ahead of the 3 cores of OG, at least to clear 1k between all 3 of them.
You know what the really OP thing about Meteor Hammer, in my opinion, right now is the fact that it's a 25-second cooldown, so you could just clear every single wave as it comes up. So Mind Control can effectively push 2 lanes all the time, if not all 3. Treants on one side, Meteor Hammering another, and then the Wrath of Nature constant. That much space creates opportunities for Liquid to be able to move around as like these 3 or 4 man units, kind of hunting some of the heroes of OG, and just getting the better positioning for themselves when it comes to pushes as well. That being said, the Boots of Travel is finally up on the Tinker, so he can kind of offset some of that pressure on the side lanes and even put some pressure of his own as we're seeing what's happening here at this bottom lane.
Absolutely, and as you said, this is one of the strengths. The catch for the Tinker is not amazing, so No Tail, he can get away with these pushes. Feel relatively safe doing so at the moment.
Yeah, and they're continuing to, like, they don't even go for a Shadow Blade on the Viper or anything like that. Matu goes for Helmet Dominator and looking at Blade Mail. So again, they're focused more on the brute force push that's going to be happening later on to the game, rather than trying to bind the team to shut him down. They've already shut him down enough in the laning phase, and they'll continue to try and just keep the pace of the game so they can end it before he gets too big.
Troll was pushing in. Timmerman there as well. Troll will back up. My man with that helmet of Dom, he's got the Mud Golem ready to stun and catch out anyone that walks in his way. Doesn't want to hang around too long there over that side of the map. Top are looking Picos, Primal splits back up. And some sort of a very defensive at the moment, OG. Lanes getting pushed, and the way that Liquid have been able to force OG to play as safe as they are, sort of grouped up as four for the most part. It's very hard for OG to catch up on their cores with regards to the farm.
This next daytime is going to be particularly potent for Liquid. They'll have Metamorphosis up about the same time the day comes up. And actually, they're hunting the Night Stalker right now. Just a little bit shy of catching him.
Tell there as well. Deep push. Down the hammer. S4 mid, trying to keep GH away from a bit of farm himself on that Elder Titan.
Kuro setting up for the TP rotations.
See what it can do here. Resolution straight away though. Pops the still they got the Static Storm as well. So Kuro will lose his life. We'll see if the rest of Liquid can clean up. The TP straight out being attempted by the Razor will be successful. Fly as well will escape. Good disengage from OG. Meaning that none of their lives will be lost today.
Yeah, smart by Fly committing that Static Storm. They couldn't afford to get that Nightmare Fiend's Grave combination where they're both held in place while TP rotations come in. So they actually get away scot-free, get a second kill on the board. I don't know, things are kind of slowing down in this game, and that's good for OG, I believe. They just need the dagger on Tinker, everything. And once he gets a blink, he can play this split push game a lot more aggressive.
Through him and Timmerman walked into the smoke. OG, they have to jump with the Primal Split, focusing the Viper. But Timmerman's all on his own. The rest of Liquid will leave him be. He's relatively tanky, but they've got the chase down. But Timmerman will fall. OG with the smoke getting one big kill. Even more, they've got their eyes onto Kuroki. They have the vision for the glimpse back into the kinetic field. OG striking back here and will take two.
They bait out the Tinker really well, but also my favorite thing of that fight was the fact that both Jerix and S4 looked for that extra kill immediately and found it with the Kuro sitting in the back lane. Because again, when you're ahead this much, even that extra support kill is actually worth so much to you. Not just in gold, but also experience, map control you're going to get with those two heroes gone.
Well, looking over into the pit at the moment. Got a ward outside that was watching the whereabouts of S4. He's try for Roche here.
Meteor hammers all around, by the way, Jerix going.
Oh my goodness. Mind Control's in on Roche. This is quite an early Roche attempt. I mean, with the Viper and the Terrorblade, they can certainly do it. Post the Metamorphosis.
I think they feel there's just no way that OG.
Yeah. Without the Primal Split, that's pretty much their big team fight. Sure, there's a Static Storm, but they really do need both tools, OG, to have a chance in these team fights. So Liquid will get themselves this free Roshan and GH outside of the pit, keeping OG's attentions elsewhere. Roche will be claimed, the Aegis into the hands of Miracle. Keep it across from Mind Control, does find the Sprout onto Jerix. Jerix quickly finds his way out. Akuro's there with the Fiend's Grip. Meteor Hammer a little bit too late as Jerix is able to walk away. Static Storm from Fly cancels the Fiend's Grip. OG keep their distance, won't lose any of their own lives. Resolution continuing to try and split push down on that bottom lane. The mid-tier 2's in trouble. Miracle able to use the rest of that Metamorphosis to bring the tower down low. Can't quite finish it off for now. They'll come back for that later. Liquid will TP themselves out. Mind Control straight down bottom to alleviate some of the pressure applied by Resolution.
So they may have gotten Aegis, but at the same time, OG still have all their tier 2s up by the time they've gotten Blink Dagger for this Tinker. Level 13 as well, so he's getting towards his max nukes. Considering the start of this game, Owen, I don't think this timing is too bad. OG have really stopped the bleeding in this game.
And as we saw, last game, they were certainly good at that, at position KATOWICE, where they did have sort of that net worth disadvantage, but they still showed us that they can slow down the pace of the struggle was in last game being actually able to return it into their favor, gain that advantage once again. We'll see if they are able to do it this time round. So once again, we are seeing OG's ability to slow down the pace, the tempo Liquid's trying to fall. Do not have the Fiend's grip, but they do have the meter of haze.
Oh no, you have to right click him!
Oh no, Kuro didn't right click through the Nightmare! And now Kuro, he may pay for this. He's sort of surrounded, they've got the March of the Machines down. Kuro is going to fall. As you said, one right click from Kuro there would have sufficed.
And now it may just get worse. He might be able to grab more heroes here.
They've got the vision onto Miracle. Miracle getting glimpsed back into the field. Kuro's going to buy back with the static storms down. They'll lose the Aegis on Miracle. Primal splits out. OG looking to take more out of this one. Fly will get surrounded by the Treants. They'll lose Fly, OG. But No-Tail keeping these March machines built up. There will be the attempt from the Meteor Hammer from Mind Control. He'll go for the Cell Sprout and the TP Hammer. They have the Void to cancel that TP. Mind Control will fall.
Oh, nice force.
And they get more out of this one. The Primal Split will end. S4 getting turned towards by Matsuma. The haze is out. Matsuma can't get the hits in. The blink out will be there. No-Tail does get surrounded though. He'll get one more march out, but will be taken down. GH still with his eyes onto Jerax. Jerax with his eyes back towards GH. Looking for the chase around GH, trying for the Jukes. Keeping himself hidden in the trees. Jerax will be aware of his position, but looks like Jerax is scared. He knows that there's more coming in from Liquid. Kuro finds the Nightmare. GH will be allowed to close the gap with the Stomp. They have got Matsuma here as well to make sure that they've got just the right amount of damage to finish off Jerax, as Jerax will fall amongst the tree line. So still Liquid, they do come out slightly on top. They managed to get a tier 2, but as we said, it ends up being a little scrappy for them just because they didn't get that quick kill at the start.
Yeah, a couple of questionable positionings there from Big Daddy No-Tail. The first time he comes in, he actually puts himself in the trees and has to run back to TP away, and then obviously TP's back in, gets caught. As a result, they may just end up losing a lane of racks now.
Yeah, seems despite that little bit of a blunder from Kuro, it really doesn't matter here as this top racks are in trouble. The tier 3 gets taken down. Liquid with the pipe complete continue to push on, focusing the barracks. Can OG hold this back? They've lost S4, he's down for 40 seconds. Does have buyback, but he doesn't have the Primal Split. So Liquid, they'll be allowed to take that tier 3, take the melee racks. The range racks falling low as well, but Liquid, they'll back off. There's a glimpse onto Miracle, but the Manta style dodge. Dodging that glimpse, the stomps out onto Zoo. Liquid, they're ready to go back in onto OG. They'll find Fly. Jerax held down on the side by the Fiend script from Kuro. There's 3 falling on OG. The racks are gone. The 10k lead continues to grow. 19-6, 22 minutes in. Liquid, as we said, they're going to have to pull off a lot more mistakes than that for to allow OG to get back in this one, as they are just so far ahead right now.
Yeah, the timing, Owen, here that we were looking for OG was to get the Aghanim Scepter before your high ground is pierced by Liquid. Well, that Aghanim Scepter is so far away for the Tinker, and they've already lost 1 lane of racks. So Liquid is free for probably next 5, maybe even 10 minutes to slowly but surely take those other 2 lanes, and I just don't see a way for OG to be able to get Fast Gold for Big Daddy No-Tail while simultaneously stopping the next upcoming pushes of Liquid. Sudus Metamorphosis is back up. I mean, they've got BKB coming in. Maybe they'll wait for that for a Miracle just because they don't have the Aegis anymore. But when that's up, force it.
Hood as well, picked up for Kuro. Make sure that he's even more safe to sort of frontline this go for the Fiend script players in the midst of the fights. So already the pipe from Mind Control helping out massively on those sort of high ground sieges into the Tinker spam. 11k lead, double damage down bottom. Yeah, 2 on that they will. They'll secure that from a Matsuma to grab, pick up.
They have so many good answers for the Tinker spam. When it does come up, even if he did have Aghanim Scepter right now, they have Mech and Pipe for Mind Control. They're going to have a BKB for Miracle when he does want to go high ground and just right-click those building. Like, the Viper is super tanky as well. He's got a BKB of his own to be able to force things. I wouldn't even be surprised if Pearl at one point in time takes up a deck.
Yeah, happening sort of the 2 instances, one after another. Incredibly strong. A 6-game win streak on the line here for No-Tail. This game once again really is OG up against everything. Up
Radiant's
against the world, as it seemed with Liquid. Marshall just waltzing in.
And yeah, with one lane of Rax gone, and especially with a Fury on your team, you're always going to lose your backdoor protection to some of these pushes, and that leaves open. Chip away at the tier 3s.
That's your BKB you talked about being finished on Miracle. So now, very little fear when it comes to trying to break the high ground if you're Liquid. The BKB's pretty much making these two cores invincible against OG's lineup.
Yeah, take that second shrine, take the tier 2 at bottom. You know OG is unlikely to find it. They're probably pretty skittish about getting into any engagements against Liquid when they're up 11k like this.
Oh, Hotel. He's blinked into mind control there. Mind control going for the Meteor Hammer. Will be there to cancel the stun. Holding Hotel in place. He goes for the rearm. Does manage to get the blink off. So should escape, and he will do so. Mind control nearly threatening the life of a Tinker on his own as this Nature's Prophet.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Being able to force Hotel back to base will mean that Mind control can get that bottom lane pushed around. And Liquid can look for that third and final tier 2.
Yeah, normally it's like we talk about when a Furion game, can you deal with the Furion split push? Here it's actually the Furion's going to be dealing very well with Tinker split push, addressing that issue. He pushes back in the way. Team can maintain an aggressive front on OG just outside of their base, making sure that pretty much no one feels comfortable on the side of OG of pushing themselves out and getting that greedy farm. Only No-Tail he can got CS and maybe Resolution when it comes to any CS that's right outside of her base.
There we go. Another outer tower taken by Liquid. No chance for OG to put a stop to it. The Earthsplit are getting thrown into the base. We'll flip onto a couple of them. Now, Timmerman as well. Look at it go in. They've got the beam strip onto Jax. Jax is just dead. A Miracle on the back lines. He's popping the Metamorphosis, and he's just shoving into OG. Resolution does get the link off, but Miracle just walks in and kills off the Tinker. The Sunder keeping Miracle alive. Has had a lot of his right click soaked up, but that's 2 dead on OG. No-Tail has to buy back for this defense. As now, this second lane of tier 3s and Rax in trouble. Matuma does get glimpsed back, pops the BKB. S4 jumps in with the primal split, manages to get it off, but the pipe's already out for Liquid. They just turn, they're beating down into these Brewlings, ripping S4 apart. As OG, it just seems like they don't quite have the damage to fight into this. That's 2 Brewlings nearly down. They've got the Sprout, Resolution's stuck, he does force out of it. Fly gets sent to sleep, he manages to get the Static Storm down onto 3, S4 comes back in with the clamp, but outside of it all, Miracle's just forcing them back, punching into them. OG just can't finish off these kills. The Meteor Hammer gets thrown down onto S4, S4's gone for 50 seconds. Liquid have taken the tier 3, they'll look to move onto the barracks. Go back up a little bit from the March spam, as OG managing to temporarily hold them off.
If you can't win a fight like with that Static Storm, with that Kinetic Field Static Storm combination that Fly pretty much got all by himself, you can't win the fight. You can't even do enough to force Liquid outside of your base and keep S4 from dying. You're out of ammo at that point in time. You won't have Static Storm for the next push. You're going to have another Metamorphosis BKB push this time around. There's no tier 3, so the Rax are going to get gobbled up super quickly.
I think there was that Liquid having a bit of a mango break. I think a couple of those were swallowed, getting everyone back up to full mana, meaning that they could go straight back in. The mangoes are in them. Liquid's ready to go back in with the push. Rezo tries for the static link, gets broken straight away as the Nightmare holds him back. Viper strike down onto Rezo. He's able to force back, but this is just forcing himself away from the bigger issue, the fact that losing the Rax. No-Tail gets caught on the sideline. That's the Tinker down for 68 seconds. BKB's pop from Miracle as he just heads in, forces OG all the way back to base. Jerax will be able to flap himself into the fountain, but a second set of Rax are gone. Liquid move towards the middle. They can go for the Rax, they can go for the tier 4, they can go for the game, because at 28 minutes, a 20k gold lead, and on the verge of having mega creeps, this game looks irrecoverable for OG.
Absolutely. 40 seconds, and he was just about to pick up an ad.
And here we go again. I mean, it's a nice Static Storm onto a couple of heroes, but where is the follow-up? They've lost Resolution. He's gone for 50. He does not have buyback. Nobody on Liquid is dying.
They just take no damage.
They just stand their ground. There's the GG. Good luck called by Fly. This game is over. This series absolutely over. No question about it. Game 1 looked pretty one-sided. Game 2 looked like OG never hope at all in this game.
And it's a similar storyline for both, which is we had one big intelligence core who just lacked the damage to
Radiant team ban.
Good save against the Dragon Knight. All these tanky cores, he can stay long in the fights, get a lot of intel.
I'm going to ask it now as Vici Gaming prepare to ban. Are they afraid of Broodmother? Are they afraid of Broodmother in this game?
Dragon Knight is a decent hero against them. Not the best, but
10 seconds
Broodmother,
remaining.
Farm and Dragon.
He can stay in the lane.
Yes.
5 seconds
Enough.
remaining.
And the Spiderlings. For the last 20 or so seconds here from Vici Gaming, dipping into that reserve time pretty deeply.
Radiant
The no one
team
hero,
pick.
Patinka removed out, like you were talking about. The lack of catch, the lack of vision, jump potential there from Vici Gaming. But reasonable time along with that track.
They might give Young 11 a Beastmaster, which gives a lot of vision, or Brewmaster. Not too much control
remaining.
for the Brew. With these two supports, Bane does not
5 seconds
use ulti on
remaining.
him. Only thing they have is pretty much.
Your old 11 hero, young 11. 11 doesn't have the
Virtus.pro's
anymore.
turn to pick.
Lord.